hitting the mic.
Everyone looks good. We're all freshly groomed. We're all back. It's been a little while, but welcome everybody. I'm Lucas. This is lucasgvariety. I'm back with the bros. Some shaven and some not, and some in between and kind of scraggly, but all well groomed and clean hair. And we're back for not dumb. We're back for Dungeon World, the Vagabonds, our season finale. And yeah, we're pretty much gonna jump right in. We've been gone. We've been missing it, and we're back to get the broness together here. So
You gotta stop with the bro stuff.
no, but we're bros. We're blood brothers for life. Oh, what about those things you told me in secret? Cool. He does a cool drink. Anyway, whatever, Dem. So we're back. Everybody leveled up to level 6 as we can do this final tournament thing, this final dungeon, just to make it kind of cool and radical. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go from left to right. We're going to start with Freya and Traxnir, go to area, and then Jessic. A new ability and a new point in one of your stats. What did you choose? Give us a little explanation and we'll go from there.
All right. For Freya and Tyroxnir, the Dragon Knight, I chose, I believe, Strength to maxed out at 18, and I chose the move. My armor is like tenfold shields. While you are riding your dragon, you get armor equal to your link.
Oh. That'd be like a +3 probably right now, wouldn't it? Or 4,
Yeah.
Plus whatever else you have. Okay.
My chainmail gives me 1, my shield gives me another, so 5 altogether, I believe, which is pretty ridiculous.
That is. But it might be necessary. I mean, you're not the big fighter you were, but you're still kind of the meat shield a little bit.
Yeah, I'm definitely not quite as tough as he was.
And I haven't remembered all your moves, and I won't. So, like, Jessic, if I attack your monk without you attacking first, and some of the rules that I don't remember, just kindly remind me. All right, so strength and that. Let's jump over to area. Where'd you go with, sir?
Since his charisma is maxed out, I think I went into dexterity, so his dexterity is now at 14. And then I went with the other multi-class initiate, and I took from the Trickster Handbook, and it's called Silver Tongue. Basically gives me the ability to lie. So when you use lies, bluster, or deception to avoid suspicion or get out of trouble, you roll charisma. On a hit, your lies are believed, for now. On a 10 plus, I can also choose to direct their attention or suspicion to somewhere else.
Oh.
The deception will go unchallenged until they see or hear some proof, or I cover my friends as well. So basically, instead of kind of like, I don't know, kind of taking a chance, what I forget what it would have been, like spout lore or something like that. I basically get to roll charisma.
Well, you might
try and lie.
If you're not straight talking to him, you might defy danger, like charisma, or it doesn't matter. Like, you know, or you could just parlay. Well, parlay actually is kind of a back and forth, right? But
I think it was the one where I had the only time it would really work is if I had something on them, like some
that's parlay
advantage.
when you have leverage. Yep.
So instead of parlay, in which I needed something to give something in return, I just rolled my best stat and try to lie.
That's true, and also it absorbs a little bit of the danger. Well, actually, there's always danger in the moves, I guess. But yeah, nope, I like it. That's good. Jessic, tell us about you.
All right, so I put a point into dexterity, bumping it up to 17. And then I took flowing defense, which essentially takes any of my... I now defend with dexterity instead of with constitution. So I use my kung fu to get out of any harm's way. Also, I want to clarify a point. I don't think it came up previously because we've only had one combat. But the thing about I don't get attacked by any sentient creature is only if I take a master move or take the mastership in my path, which I don't have.
Oh.
I have to take that. So it doesn't apply. I can be attacked like everybody else.
Okay. Well, that makes a little more sense, I guess. I was like, dang, son.
Yeah. I could have taken it now because it's a advanced move. It's a level 6 move. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't seem like it'd be that much fun to just walk through a dungeon.
Yeah, you'd have to like attack them, right? So
which I'm not allowed to do.
That kind of makes it so you just stand there all the time and don't hurt anybody and they don't hurt you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It'd take a lot of role playing to figure out how to do that, and I'm not up for it.
No, So what did you? What was the advanced move you took?
Flowing defense.
Okay.
I use flowing moves and quick reflexes to turn an attack back on itself. I defend with dexterity instead of constitution.
Turn an attack back upon itself. When you use flowing movements and quick reflexes to turn an attack back upon itself. So it's like when you defy danger. A lot of times.
No, I think he's saying when he actually uses the defend move, instead of taking the brunt of it with his constitution, he would instead reflect it and reflow it with his dexterity.
That's true. So yeah, even the defense move then under the basic moves would definitely be good for you, right? And then all right, good, okay. So there we are. And last time on it was a shorter episode, but we basically got some of the meat out of the way, some of the role playing. You met with Zorm, son of Zorm, immortal warlock of the Platinum Flame Casino in Crescent Moon Harbor, who runs a blood sport arena basically, and all kinds of different things, and deflecting a little bit about the contestants and how they participate, but it depends on what they do. So you guys are looking for the Crimson Phoenix, the flying airship thing, and he's like, I have it. I will give it to you as a door prize. However, in my game, on screen, on stage, you'll still get the $2,000 prize that anybody else gets, but you have to go through an obstacle course in front of a live studio audience, so I make money. And you guys are like, all right. Everybody paid a deposit, half of your winnings back as a non-refundable deposit to make sure that if you die, you don't actually die. And I think that was the gist of it. Is there anything I'm missing? Okay.
I think that's about it.
We're going to skip to the tournament night, so you'll have had some days to rest and recover. You're fully healed, fully prepped. There's no check marks on any of your stats, so anything that you might have had would be erased, and you're feeling good. All your links are fully up. You got Kareen still with you, a long-lasting NPC, might I say. Like what, episode 3 or 4 she got involved or something, and this is episode 11, by the way, everybody. So totally cray. So without further delay, it's going to be Saturday night, and let me go back to my note screen real quick here. Yep, it's a special event of Zorm's Adventure Quest. So you guys are walking down this long tunneled hallway, right? And you got Zorm. You're walking with Zorm, and he's got his 2 bodyguards, Sir Friedrich the Paladin and Kala the Barbarian, are in tow. And you guys are walking with him, the 5 of you, with Chiraxnir. Maybe Chiraxnir at this time has chosen to be fairy dragon size, so he can just easily move down the hallway, right? And he's like, I have many coliseums in many alternate dimensions. Oh, crap. I have many coliseums in many alternate dimensions, but tonight, since our event is so special... Wait. Nope. Yep. I have chosen the Dead Horse Coliseum. And he looks at you guys expectantly, like...
I'd look to Taroxnir and I'm like, should we know what that is?
He's waiting for you guys to go.
I'd like to use my bardic lore. Will that work?
If you just you just know that this guy has many different coliseums and many different names. No particular reason, but he has a certain reason for it. But you'd have to ask him what it means.
Okay.
So he's looking at you, and he's like, the Dead Horse Coliseum.
Is that because you can't beat it?
Oh! He's like, oh, jolly good. He looks over at Jessica. He's like, I was hoping someone would understand.
I really don't like this guy, Taroxnir.
I think I like this guy.
I love that. It's like 2 separate things. And Aria's in the middle, and he just claps you on the back, Jessica, like super hard. He's like, oh, I haven't laughed that hard for at least 10 minutes. Anyway, yes. That's the whole reason. Anyway, we're going to go there. So you're going to go on stage in front of a live studio audience. I'm going to introduce you individually, and then you're going to just twirl around and make yourself look good and flashy for a minute so that folk can get a good look at you.
Can you make sure to reference that I'm a dragon slayer?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yep. He's like,
Why would he say that?
It's true. It's true. It's true. Okay. All right. You guys ready? Ready? Are we ready? He says to over his right shoulder, always to nothing, right? And Sir Friedrich, who's not quite, he's like, "We are ready, sir." Kind of like, "Let's get this over with." And they open the doors at the end for you guys to walk through. It goes dark, and then from our audience point of view, like you guys, the lights suddenly go up, and you're like in this huge Colosseum area. You know, just think of like the Roman Colosseum. Maybe not quite as big, but it's all indoor. There's a ceiling overhead. There's audience. There's the audience seats go up in rows like this so they can all see. But they're in platforms so that instead of in seats, there's actually individual like tables like at a restaurant with 4 or 5 people around each one. But they're all like to one side. So it's almost like a kidney bean shaped table where people sit around it so they can all like look at each other but also look out at the audience or out at the action. And these are tables with people all around, and they have servers going to them. So it's like a dinner theater type of thing. So, and you guys are in the middle, the very stage. Just the lights go up, and there's like fireworks and sound effects. Big like music's playing and blaring. You're like, what are we in hell? What is going on here? It just sounds like to us here it would sound normal, but to you guys it sounds probably kind of weird, right? And people are just like, he's like, "Yay, ladies and gentlemen, Zorm, son of Zorm, Special Zorm's Adventure Quest, copyright 44 DG. Anyway, I'd like to present to you a very special event of Zorm's Adventure Quest." Oh. And it's just, the crowd's going wild. Dogs, people, and mass hysteria, right? And so the crowds are going nuts, and it's like all these bright lights around you, all the smoke's filling the air from the fireworks and the pyrotechnics. Taraxner's like, "Oh, there's a lot of gems out there. There's a lot of gems out there."
Yeah, I bet there are, big guy.
And he's like, "I'm going to introduce our contestants for tonight who go through a 3 obstacle course room to collect the objectives to the final room. As always, once I introduce them, make your bets immediately. Big bets, small bets, all bets. No bets. No, you need to bet. So we'll have the obvious bets on the screen. You can make your individual bets at your table. Remember, the house takes 25%. We thank you, tip your waitress, and spend a lot of money. Get that payback. Anyway, let's present to you tonight the monk walking the way of peace, Jessic. And people are like, "We never heard of him, but he looks cool. kind eyes and roly-poly." And
Just kind of totter out there into the middle of the stage and act all jovial and "Oh, this is fun," and like do like a kind of half-hearted little jump kick thing. Hey, and I'll do like a little roll.
So nothing crazy ninja, right?
Nothing crazy ninja. Hey, just being fun.
Yep.
I do want to take Zorm's ear for a second, and I'm going to bet 1,000 gold that I make it through this without killing anyone.
Wow, the monk is. So you come back up to him and that way. Oh, yeah, go ahead. He's just like, "All right. So, what?
So Zorm,
Yeah.
I bet you my entire pot, 1,000 gold, that I don't kill anyone.
Oh. Now is this just for his ears, or will it like leak into the mic?
If he leaks it into the mic, he leaks it. Well, no, I'd rather keep this like.
See, he's like he puts the mic. He's like, "Oh, okay, all right, you got that?" He says over his shoulder to no one in particular. "We got that."
All right.
I'd like to see that. Anyway, our next one up. You might have seen her. You might have heard of him. They're an ultimate duel together. It is Freya and Taraxner, the Dragon Knight, and of course, Dragon.
Yeah, Freya comes out. She's got like her shield in one hand. And she's just kind of like waving it around. She waves around her spear, and then she's like, "All right, buddy, showtime. Show them what you can do." And I guess have him like jump out and kind of like do a few flips in the air as he's transforming back into his full size.
Yeah. Start small and like zipping around like Tinkerbell.
Yeah. And then go full size and have like a big roar going on.
I think maybe he comes down and he like breath weapons a huge swath around all of you and this big crystalline like shade like and like or maybe like paints some decor on the ground and then just lands with a whole flourish, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Does he maybe like come and swoop and like flip you off his wing onto his back or something and catch you and then ride around and then land? I mean,
yeah, I think she just like he doesn't even like hit the ground really. He just kind of like claws at the ground, and she like grabs his wing and like hikes herself up, and together they fly around a bit and then land.
Oh man, the crowd's going nuts. They're like, we've heard of them. Oh, I saw them last night in the streets. Yeah, there was a bunch of damage in the fountain outside. Anyway, yeah, one of them frogs almost got murdered when it crashed. Who did that? I don't know. Anyway, so we come back, and someone's like, thank you. And our last but not least, the Dragon Slayer, not to be confused with the dragon, the Dragon Slayer himself, the Bard of Bards from all across the world, Area.
He just kind of opens up his arms like, no, you don't. No, go on, cheer. It's like in Tommy Boy when they're at the wedding reception and Tommy's dad is like, come on up here. And Tommy's like, Dad, I can, okay. It's like, no, okay, yeah.
So you flourish and people are like, yeah, the crowd's going nuts. They're really getting hyped about this team. He's like, oh, and actually he's like, last but not least also, because I forgot Kareen, because I don't see you guys there. Kareen, our minstrel, a nice compliment to the Dragon Slayer himself. And she just steps forward and flourishes her like, ooh, lady. And she does like a curtsy and strums a few notes or whatever. And of course they fall in love with her right away. And then she steps back. A little bit more like Jessica, not too boastful, just a little flourish, right? And he goes, all right, time to explain to the audience and our friends what's going to happen. You will go through 3 different rooms. In each room, let me go back to my notes. This is all scripted. It's all script. All right. What is it?
Live, recorded in front of a studio audience.
It is. Wait, no. Well, I guess so, right? All right. He goes, there's a series of 4 rooms to get through to reach the end. The first 3 will each award the contestants a Z key. And he holds up his hand, right? And this like puff, this like illusion of like this Z about this big, kind of like spins and rotates through the air. He goes, 1 copper, 1 silver, and 1 gold. And they split into 3 of each color. And he goes, they will collect them in each of the 3 rooms. And then, in the 4th room, they will use all 3 keys in the positions they go to win the day. Of course, that won't mean there won't be obstacles, challenges, and puzzles along the way. Also, with a special guest arch enemy. And the crowd's like, who is it? Who hates them so much? And he goes, so, without further ado, let's get them started. We'll introduce our arch nemesis, and then the games will begin. So he's like, now, go. He like hides his mic. He's like, he's chewing you guys like, go that door off, stage right. No, stage left. Wait. Yeah, stage right. I face outward, and then when I face outward towards the crowd, the crowd's all around. No, it's okay, that way. So he points you guys off to a door that opens up at the end.
Yeah, Freya just like rolls her eyes and leaves the way she's directed.
Okay. You guys go, I'm assuming.
Yep.
All right. You guys, these doors open, these double doors open, and as you're walking, well, when you get there, as the doors open on this side, you see Sir Friedrich there. He's like, come on. And as you guys enter, he's like, all right, now introducing our special guest, arch villain. Their name is, and then the doors close behind you, blocking out the sound. And you're in this long hallway, and you come down to this room, and he's like, all right, you guys ready to go? All armed up, got supplies, got good things? Taking my hat off now.
As well as I can, I suppose.
He goes, it's all good. You're not going to die. You just remember, you got to please the crowd. If you please the crowd and help Zor make a lot of money, do daring things that the audience doesn't expect, and make it look good, and get through the end, at least one of you through each level, you'll do just fine. So, remember, it's all for the show. It's like wrestling. I don't know if you know what wrestling is. If you don't worry about it. It's professional fake sports. Anyways, it's entertainment. Here we go. And he comes up, and there's this like door frame on the wall. It's like kind of rounded, and there's a couple mages there, and they do some magic, hocus pocus, some chanting, and then you see one on the side just pull a lever down, like trying to hide it, and then suddenly the wall just goes and it lights up into this bright white light. He's like, you step through there. Now there is a chance that when you shift portal to portal from each obstacle room, there's a little bit of a chance that it might mess with your mind a little bit, like your memory. It might fade. Just kind of keep the object in mind. Keep the goal in mind. Grab the Z, go through the next door. Grab the Z, go through the next door. If you do that, no problem. Got it? Good. Godspeed. Can't say that anymore. Angel speed. You know what? Mortal speed. Go.
Mortal speed.
Kareen's like, all right. See you, boy.
I tremble in.
You tremble in?
Trundle.
Trundle? Kareen follows you in. All right.
You've seen Kung Fu Panda, right?
What's that?
Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poe? Was it Poe?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah. Alrighty. And so you guys all go in, I'm assuming? Tell me if not, but. Alright. We go in, and it shuts. And then this advertisement opens up, and it's like, hi, everybody. My name's Lucas. I run lucasgvariety, the website. He goes, come watch our exciting things on YouTube, Discord, at lucasgvariety, at lucasgvariety.com. He goes, you'll find all kinds of role-playing games and video games there. Love to see you guys there. Follow, like, subscribe. Hope to see you in the future. And then commercial's done, and we go back to the game show. And
did he just command us to like him? I don't even know this guy. Have you ever heard of him, Aria?
I don't know what the word subscribe means.
Why
would I follow this guy? If anyone, they should be following us. We're the important ones here.
I don't have a clue. What is this?
Perfect. And I broke my concentration. Oh, the fifth wall, all the walls are broken. All right, so let me describe this room. I have a couple little descriptors to get through. So as it fades in, you are in this very long room. It's about 60 feet wide and tall. You are up about 30 feet from the very bottom on this platform. The room is about 100 feet long to the other end. And I picture this, I got this idea from the original Super Mario World, where there's like these mushroom platforms, the really thin ones that you jump, side-scrolling. And that's what they look like, right? These mushroom platforms, but all these platforms, you see them going across. They're spaced at about 10-foot intervals all the way to the other end. And all the platforms are kind of moving up and down in succession. As you look down, because you feel the heat coming up and hitting you in the face, as you look down about 30 feet at the bottom of the room, you see that the whole room is filled with liquid hot magma. And over to the walls are completely flat. I should make sure I got this right here. Yep. At the very opposite end is another platform, and you can see from there's a pedestal on it. And there's this bronze, it's kind of too far away to really see clearly, but there's like a little bronze glow coming from the pedestal. And after that, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. You can discern realities to know anything else about the room, but that's all I'm going to give you. Otherwise, what do you guys do?
I want to... Does it look like there are other tricks or gimmicks to this room? Any ports on the wall? Any rocks with smileys and sharp rock points on them?
That's a good question. Why don't you discern realities for me?
All right. And that is an int.
That is a yes. That is no. That's a wisdom.
Hold on. All right.
Yep.
Wisdom. Oh, that's not going to be great. 7.
You can ask one question from the list of discern realities. You want me to copy paste those, or do you have them?
Yes, please.
Okay. No problem. There's 7 questions technically there. I think. What happened here recently was the first one. Okay, no.
Yeah.
There's 6 questions. I'm sorry.
It's easy. What should I be on the lookout for?
Besides falling in the lava and the moving platforms, you do actually see all along both sides of the walls, horizontal, vertical angles. There's like 4-inch slits in the wall, very thin, but very all over the place. You're like, yeah, that could easily be like not an arrow slit, but a slit for something to shoot out of. Yep.
I want to reach into my pack and pull out some sundry item. I don't really care what it is, and chuck it into the arena space.
Like up to the next platform?
Yeah, like toss it onto the next platform.
Okay.
Like a, I don't know, like a shirt or old shoe or something.
Sure. Yeah, let's say, I mean, something has a little bit of weight. So we'll say like an old sandal.
Yeah, there you go. One of my sandals.
And it lands and it sits there real second, and you're just like, okay. And then suddenly you hear a whoosh, and the sandal explodes, and you see sitting there is a Z that's like this big, razor sharp onyx, like sticking in like a giant Z throwing star, and just cut right into that sandal. Kareen's like, oh, I guess we have to move fast and jump a lot. And she looks at Freya, she's like, how many people can you carry on your dragon?
Not enough, sweetheart.
How many trips are you willing to make?
She looks at Tyroxnir and she's like, well, I don't know if that'd be much of a show, but maybe it'd get us through here safely.
They get to see a dragon in action. That'll be a show for them.
I suppose so.
Maybe he can do a little tricks if we hold on.
I could try to carry all of you at once, but it might not be a good idea. It might be like, take 2 down.
Tyroxnir, have you ever heard of a barrel roll?
Oh. Yes. We can lavish it up quite nicely. I just don't want to drop anyone in the lava. Into the trees is one thing, he looks at Jessica, but not into liquid hot magma. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's a bit hot. All right, well, who's coming with me first, I guess?
Ariel will raise his hand. I'll go first.
Kareen like started to. She's like, you son of a...
All right.
And we hear a beep from the audience point of view, like beep, like, oh, beep. And then over the speaker, like, who got the first swear word? Who guessed the first? Oh, you, sir. Good. And then the mic. What? Is this mic still on? Help me turn it off. In like static, and then it's gone.
Good Lord, that killed my ears.
I'm sorry. All right, I won't do that again. Zorm, knock it off. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm gonna let my cat out, and go ahead and tell him. Oh, Macy, you were in here.
I'm waiting for one of his cats to be named Zorm.
Not yet.
I actually want an artist out there to take my cat Precious, my black and white one, and make her like a dragon cat. So like wings and scales, but still like the cat like face. And that would be Zorm's companion, because they would totally not get along, but get along, you know? Like that whole kind of love-hate relationship that you can have with a cat. Yeah. Anyways, artists out there, I pay good money. Anyway.
Yeah, she says, all right, hop on, Area. We'll try and see if we can get across here without too much trouble.
Area hops on, clearly eager to be riding a dragon again.
Don't you kill this one either.
Plus, Tyroxnir and Area are like this right now.
Yeah, pretty good, right?
All right, buddy. Let's see what you can do here.
All right, here we go. Barrel rolls for everyone. Hang on.
Oh, jeez. And she, like, hangs on, probably, like, at the base, right below his neck.
All right.
Area will hold on to Freya.
All right.
Like a bear hug.
So, a dragon rider is a thing.
Yep, that's what I was looking. I was like, what do you got that's not just defy danger, right?
Yeah, your dragon is capable of flight and can carry you and one passenger with it. When you fly upon your dragon for a great distance or to someplace dangerous, say where you were going and roll plus link. On a hit, you get where you need to be. On a 7 to 9, choose one. A threat is waiting for you when you arrive. The ride exhausts or injures your dragon, and it cannot fly until it gets some rest. Reduce your link by 1, or it takes longer than you expected to get where you want.
All right, I like that. I think you're gonna roll that for your team of 3 that fly across there. Then we'll jump back to Jessica and Kareen, like if they are pursuing on their own or they're waiting, right? So, and that was plus your link. Oh,
Nice.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm glad my intelligence is maxed out and my link is maxed out, because otherwise that would have been real bad.
as you guys are flying and going, like he starts barrel rolling, and then like there's these motion platforms have like like these columns around there going up and down. So they're doing this. So he starts flying like this way through them, and suddenly these sharp onyx throwing star Z's, like 4-inch squares, like, and they're like buzzing your head, chunking into the platforms, going right by, like slow motion. We see like Freya like. Like that whole thing, and then you are to the opposite platform.
And then if you're doing it in slow motion, you hear from area.
Yeah. And you get there and you see that there's a Z just kind of floating, like just spinning horizontally, just above this pedestal, and it's bronze colored. It almost looks ethereal, right? And that's it on this final platform. It's the same as like the one you started on. Doesn't move like the first one. All the ones in between do.
So can we grab the key right now?
It's there. I mean, are you getting dropped? Like, what are you doing? Are you dropping him off and going back? Like, what's the?
Yeah, that was going to be the plan, but I figure we probably want to switch over to see what Jessica and Kareen are doing.
Okay, so you can land real quick, and Eric can jump off to grab it if he wants. But yeah, then like the camera goes all the way back to Kareen and Jessica. Like, are we waiting, or are we going to be all dexterous?
Arya will kind of like turn to Freya and Tyrex and was like, "Do you think if we grab the key now, do you think it'll disable all the traps?"
I don't know. Let me see. A discern realities would be wisdom, but spout lore would be intelligence. I think a spout lore might be called for. I want to try and see if I can kind of figure out through like logical deduction whether or not the traps would turn off.
Spout lore plus int.
Yeah. Okay, an 8.
Okay.
So for that...
And that was about if you take the key right now?
Yeah. So on a 7 to 9, the GM will tell you something interesting. It's on you to make it useful.
All right. It'll definitely trigger... it'll definitely trigger something. It should trigger the way forth. But you're not sure if it... You're pretty sure it's not necessarily going to disarm traps.
Okay. I look over at Area and I say, well, me and Taroxner don't think it will necessarily disable the traps. That wouldn't make it very entertaining.
I wouldn't be entertained with this.
Can I do a spout lore?
What's that?
Can I do that? Can I do that roll as well?
Yes.
All right. That was intelligence, right?
You're also a little low, just so you know. You can.
Let's do this.
You can do the roll first, and I'm gonna tell you the same thing. You're pretty sure the traps aren't gonna stop, and the pedestals aren't gonna start going up and down. It's gonna open the way forth, which means it's open for anybody just to dive in and get safe. Like you could open it and jump in, and you're good, right? Or you can stay and wait for your friends. But yeah,
no. Well, Arya is gonna wait because if things go south, he wants to be able to help them out.
Yeah, it doesn't mean like you touch it and you get zapped to the next level.
Right.
So you can still grab it so it's open, but you don't have to leave.
Yeah, I'll wait.
All right.
Do it as a group. Do it as a team.
Teamwork
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yep. We say that all the time at work and laugh sarcastically. Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's come back. So Kareen's like, what are we doing, Jessica? Are we waiting? And like some of the Z's are starting to fly kind of near you guys a little bit.
I think if we can, you should catch the next dragon out of here.
What about you?
Well, I think I'll be okay. So with this, I want to plan in my mind. What would it take in terms to get through this? Like I want to be Taraxnir and everybody's going on their flight. I want to be sizing up the room and making a plan to get through. Obviously, this room was created with it being passable. There's got to be some kind of a delay between triggering those Z's and getting the platform. So I want to try and figure that out and see how likely it is I can do this on my own.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was looking at your wire foo mood too. Wire
Yeah.
foo to perform uncanny agility, balance, and coordination to like basically hop and go.
Yeah, this is pretty much set for him.
Yeah, let's see. You're studying a situation or person. Like you can discern realities before that if you want to. Like if you want to once again discern realities in that case. That's plus wisdom.
And if I do that, I'll say what's about to happen.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
7 to 9 is one question, so 10 plus is 3, and I'll answer them the best I can. But yeah, go ahead, man.
4.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be a very easy jump. I shouldn't have any trouble.
I love how at the start of every session, it seems, it feels like Thaddeus is just always screwing us or getting screwed, or he's the dramatic element.
I changed my mind. I hope there's a knot. I hope you get called in.
Okay, if something goes horribly wrong, I'm going to pretend I'm answering my phone, and we'll just stop there.
Mm-hmm.
I like
All
it.
right.
Jessup head comes off with a Z sticking in his neck. No. Rocks fall. You're all dead. Classic.
Jessup just turns into a big Onyx Z, flies into the wall.
So,
Okay.
You sitting there, and you're like, all right, I can wait. I can take my time. I can definitely time these. You see, it's timeable. If you can jump and hit the next one and keep going and basically keep moving once you're going and time the platforms right, it's definitely possible with someone with good jumping ability, good coordination to keep rising the platforms. And you have to sit and delay for a second. You just got to be looking around and then moving again.
Right. Perfect.
However, as you're sitting there and you're like, yes, all right, that will work. And then suddenly a Z zings by you and it cuts your pack off, which then bounces on the platform and falls into the lava. Whatever it was carrying, your rations, I don't know what's in your pack.
Nothing terribly useful. Some rations. Pretty much it. Rations and some spare clothes.
Like, all right, you turn, it's like, shing, you're like, what? And it hits the lava, and this fire goes and consumes it. And Kareem's like, oh, crap. And then suddenly the Z's start flying around you guys like they've turned, and now there's no more time to wait. What do you do?
I guess we better go.
She's like, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
And you guys both run together?
Sure.
All right. I don't have rolls for her to make, so she's pretty much, it's if you roll bad or you guys roll bad, there could be something that happens to her.
Okay.
I thought someone zinged me in my. What's going on? Who's notifying me? Oh, okay. Anyways, no big deal. So, do you want to wire foo?
Oh yes.
That is, I'm assuming, plus your dex.
Indeed. So I will dex this. Wire foo says 12.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
You can choose one. It's 7-9 to choose 2.
I don't have to pick any of them.
It's 10 plus choose 1.
Right. So I chose Windwalker earlier on. So Windwalker says when you use wire foo on a 10 plus, you don't need to choose from the list. On a 7 to 9, you only choose one from the list.
Ah, it reduces that. That's perfect.
Yep. So I'm free to go.
So I think it's this really cool action shot. Like maybe you guys are holding hands. It's like ready, 1, 2, 3, and you're like yes, and you grab and you guys run and you take that first leap when the next platform is low, and it's just starting to come back up. So as you hit it, it kind of springboards you up onto the next one, and you just you start flipping, and she's like kind of flying like her, I don't know, like an an awesome, like Legolas does on the shield. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
We start running, we jump, and we're hitting it. So there's a series of platforms. We're gonna hit the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and going on up. We hit that first platform, nail it. Second one, nail it. Third one, she's not quite there. So I'm like grabbing with my monk staff and kind of like pull it back and like fling her a little bit further.
Yep.
She rolls, hoist her up to the last one, and then it's an easy bounce, 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 bounce.
Okay. And I think you guys are on the downward way, like the three.
Right.
We'll say like the 3/4 mark, right?
Sure.
And you're on your way. It's pretty easy peasy so far. And I have to check on one thing here. That's nice. Nice rolls, guys. I'm not angry at all. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Okay. Area. You have that where you're able to sense danger if someone's trying to sneak attack you, right?
Someone attacks me and I'm not aware. Yes, I am protected.
Okay. All right. Welcome. I'm not going to say your name right, but Koebel. Welcome. Welcome to the party. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. We're playing Dungeon World. And right now these guys are in final stages. If you wish to participate, participation-wise, you can be an audience member in the game and select bonuses and negatives for the players if you wish. If so, just tell us hi, tell us, yes, I want to participate. And Dem here, 2017, the comic, will be watching for that. Anyways, I'm going to keep going on, but welcome to the show. All right, so, yes, area. You suddenly, like, the shadows grow blacker. Like, okay, so you're on the main platform looking back where Jessica and Kareen are coming at you. So to your left at this point, the shadows in the corner, because it's like all the lights coming up from the lava, but it's casting shadows when it hits the platforms up above, right? So in the upper left corner above you, the shadows grow darker, and you like suddenly there, you know that you're about to be attacked from that area.
It doesn't. That's not exactly what the skill does.
Okay, well, remind me, because I know you can't be surprised, right?
It's when someone attacks. So if that shadowy creature attacks me and I'm not aware of it, that's when I'm protected.
Yes, you are.
But I don't sense it. So if there's an attack coming,
there is.
Then
that's what I'm telling you. You're about to be attacked, or you are being attacked.
Okay.
I'm just
what's the attack, and then I can role play it.
It's an arrow.
Okay. So as Area is waiting there, suddenly a gold aura kind of surrounds kind of his left shoulder, which illuminates. So it at least it brings it to his attention, and it essentially, let's see. I'm going to go over that. It shields it, so it obviously doesn't hit him. But then I actually get to act first instead, so I get to make a return attack.
Okay, so the attack can still come at you if it doesn't automatically miss, right?
When the enemy would get the drop on you, you get to act first instead.
Okay, that's fair.
So
I might still have you go, all right, now you need to defy danger or whatever after that. But you can attack first. What do?
I'll draw my bow out and I'll shoot.
He's like, arrows coming. You're just like, all right, go ahead and make there's like a shadowy figure, a humanoid figure that's floating up in the left corner that's firing down on you with a bow. So you can discern the silhouette basically enough to go on. So you can go ahead and do a volley.
So we'll also say that as that happens, the because with Area's magic, it's kind of like fairies. They actually take his bow and arrow and they grab it for him and they put it in his hand. So he literally can't. He doesn't react. It's basically given to him.
I love it. Okay.
So he doesn't think twice. He sees the shadow and he pulls back and 12.
Boom. Roll that beautiful bean footage damage. That is not
okay.
Really good.
6.
All right. Let me.
Which is the max I can do.
Nice work.
No more rolls tonight for me, boys.
So the arrow goes up and the arrows cross paths and it strikes true and you hear this like this female just like ah! Ah! As you strike home in a very well. And the
Area's like, All right, look alive, guys. We are not alone in here.
So can you also? Well, yeah, her arrow is still coming at you. Would you defy? How do you avoid the attack? Let me ask you. Do you just stand and bear it, like let it bounce off your reflective shield that you have up? Because you can say that, and then you can basically defy danger con, right? Or you can try to dodge and defy danger dexterity. Like you just tell me like how area.
It's
You just tell me how he reacts and tries to avoid being damaged.
all right. If he wants to make this, we want to make this look nice. Fingers crossed, he's going to do a backflip and try to dodge the arrow.
All right. So that's still using dexterity, I would feel, right?
Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to do Constitution if that's the.
Just stand there like, go ahead, take your. Yeah,
Yep.
right.
That's basically what would happen.
Go ahead. Defy. Yeah, roll plus dex.
All right. That didn't. No, I clicked right off the.
3 green rolls in a row, like 3.
8.
Not bad. All right. 8 to 9. You stumble, hesitate, or flinch. The offer you a worse outcome, hard bargain, or ugly choice. All right.
I'll be honest. Freya probably would have tried to help out, but Freya's dexterity is garbage, and to be honest, I totally forgot that we could help each other.
You can defend or aid and interfere, right?
Yeah.
You could have aided him, or you can also do the defense move. That's fine. He did roll the roll, so yeah. But obviously, after this, for sure, throw it out there.
Let's redo it.
That's still gonna have the same result. So you try to dodge. Oh, backflip. Okay, you can still take the arrow and take the damage, or you can avoid it, but you backflip not quite right, and you slip off the edge, and you fall a couple feet, and you're hanging on the ledge, like 5-6 feet down towards the lava off the edge. So you don't take any damage, but you're in a predicament, or you take the damage and you're still on the ledge. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
If I'm hanging on the ledge, though, there's 3 people that can help me back up.
Yeah, I mean, you go off it, like we see you fall, and you go down a few feet, and then you find a niche in the ledge that you're on, and you grab on, you're like holding on.
Let's do that.
Okay, very heroically. So Arya backs up, and this black smoky arrow hits the spot he was and shatters, and he does a flip, but then he's just like right on the edge, and it slips, like whoop, and he goes off, and you're just like, oh no, and his hand goes, and by the time Freya looks over the edge, Arya's just like, whatever, you're hanging on the edge.
I, at this point, would like, I'd probably get off of Tyroxnir at this point and just like crouch down, and just with like my shield arm, I'd try to grab and pull him back up.
Are you strong enough where you can just like grab the back of my collar and just yank me up? Like,
I mean, she's pretty strong now. I might be able to, yeah.
I mean, I would have you defy danger with strength, but like this is the point where Arya could be like, I want to help aid and roll plus bond to try to aid him in pulling you up. So that's like something you can do if you want. Just as an example, right? So I would say if you're gonna grab and pull him up, that's defy danger by using your strength to.
What would I roll if I'm helping?
You roll plus bond.
So however many bonds you have with me.
Which is just 1.
So it'd be 2d6 plus 1. And you could give it aid, or you could interfere, which I'm thinking you probably don't. You're like, no, I got this.
I'm done with this.
I'm a dragon slayer, not a dragon assisted.
Dragon assisted.
All right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I'll help him because I would rather not lose out on all that precious gold that I might be able to.
Oh, you went low. You're low.
So yeah, I will assist. So what is that again?
Just
2d6 plus 1.
Yep.
And this is to aid.
To aid him, it'd give Freya plus 1. Nice. So Freya will defy danger with strength and add an extra plus 1 to it. Or before or after roll, however you want to do it.
Yeah, I'll just do it this way. Oof.
Is that with the plus 1 or not yet?
That is with the plus 1.
Ooh. Ooh.
I don't think I have anything. Yeah, I don't really have anything that can help me out here.
Okay, so you can grab him and pull him up to get him on the ledge, but you're going to take an arrow from the same attacker. Or you don't, because as you try to help him, you slip a little bit and fall off the edge. Now you're hanging on, and you're holding on to him below you, but you're not damaged, but you're both hanging off the ledge together. Like you hanging down to him hanging up on you. Like, you know, total action movie style, as we always see. Where people always hold on longer than they probably... And they always seem to be able to pull their body weight back up over the ledge.
Yeah, I imagine, like, I'll go ahead and take the arrow, and what I imagine happens is, like, because she's using her shield arm, she doesn't have her shield to help protect her from the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
She protects area from an arrow as it, like, impacts the shield. But she, like, pulls him up, and another arrow is launched, and it just, like, cuts right into her back as she does so.
And you have like 5 armor right now, right? So
because I'm not on my dragon, I would only have 2 armor right now.
okay, so you're gonna roll the best of a 1d10 plus 2, and it actually has 2 piercing.
Oof. Okay.
So roll twice plus 2.
You said 1d10 plus 2.
Yep.
All right.
Roll low both times, right?
3 and 5.
So you would take 5.
Okay.
And it clips the shield, but it bends, and like you just feel like this. I don't know how to describe a shadowy essence. Like you feel the point of the arrow stick in you, but it's worse than the pain. It's like this essence of shadow, this ethereal, outworldly feel that strikes you like in your ribs from your left side, right? And it's just a strange outer world. I can't even say the word. It's out of this world, and it just feels alien and wrong.
Otherworldly.
Otherworldly, yeah. There you go.
Otherworldly, maybe.
Yeah, I like that. Traxxas like, no, Freya, and he looks up and he's like, and he starts to get mad because he's loyal, right?
Yeah, it affects him too. He's probably like lost a few scales from the attack as well.
All right, but you take the damage and you pull Arya back up onto the platform.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do now?
Well, Arya will take out his mandolin.
Think of that. And let me not
How
spoil
far
it.
away is Jessica?
Well, we
Yes,
can
yes.
jump back to you. You guys are about 3/4 of the way there. There was like 10 platforms, right? So you're like you're going from platform to 7 to number 8 at this time.
Okay. Is there any chance that if I were to ride platform 10 high enough that I could that I could encumber the attacker? Like how much distance from platform 10 to this shadowy figure?
I think if you make another wire foo roll and do that, you can close the distance and get all up in her grill.
Totally what I want to do.
Okay, let's do it. And like Kareen's gonna keep going. Like you follow, but you guys, as you get closer, like you start to deviate your pattern. Like you whip her forward one more time, and like as she gets forward, maybe she like spins and then whips you or something, or tries. You guys ultimately like this super team without even training. And go ahead and wire foo. Hiya. Oh, nothing bad happens. Up into these.
I run, and as that platform 10 is almost cresting the top, I jump. I take 2 steps on the flying Z, and I'm like on this shadowy figure.
These are 2 horizontal Z's that are flying across, right?
And I'm like there, yeah.
All the Z's are avoiding you, and you're up in her face, and you see. Let me find a picture real quick here. I had it. Let me just. I'll jump. Go to. Yes, I want to copy. Then let's go back to where you guys are on the screen. Can you see that? Oh, probably not. Can you see that person now on the map? Right.
Hold on.
So this cloak and shadow person is floating, hovering, just flying there, and you launch yourself right up into their face.
Yep. Awesome. So as I go in there, I'm going to do. I want to reach. I'm going to slide my hand around behind their neck and pull them full body forward and throw them onto the ground from whatever they're perched on. I've got a move called Empty Hand Strike.
What is
So if I roll a +10 on hack slash, I can move a foe somewhere within my reach, knock them down, or pin them in place.
empty hand foe
Empty Hand Strike.
or strike? Oh, there it is. Empty hands. Oh, style. Empty hand style.
Empty,
Okay.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I have Empty Hand Style.
You're
Okay.
fine. I'll put that right here so I can read it real fast. Yes, so you can go ahead and do a hack. So she's actually floating in the air, but still, this is all Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon stuff at this point. So you just like, with your big, huge, like, rotund person, you just like grab her to try to throw her down and throw her onto the platform. Sure.
Yep. Okay.
Or lava, or wall. But if you say platform, that's fine. Go ahead and
Platform.
hack and slash for me.
Nice. 13.
Okay.
All right. So I get up there, jump on the 2 Zs, flip around, and I just kind of like reach around like I'm going to give her a hug and then just throw my entire body weight to pivot her onto the platform right by Tyroxnir.
Okay. Nice. She's like, huh? What? And you're up in the air, like in the corner of this room, still like with no ground but lava below you as you kind of do this and throw her. And maybe like you come up to like the corner, like with your back, and like stick there for a second maybe.
And then just slide down the walls.
And like jump over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she hits the ground and bump and rolls and like rolls to a stop.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, like you just, all these Z's are just like, now that you guys are all in the same area, instead of shooting across, or like the slits in the walls are reconfiguring and they're starting to shoot at you guys. So you guys are all up there, all 5 of you, because Kareen finished making her jump. And what do you do now?
I want Tyroxnir to just exhale crystal shards right in this chick's face.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And then Area is going to cast Arcane Art
To do what?
to heal Freya and Tyroxnir.
Oh, okay.
That's an 11.
That's that breath weapon?
Yeah, that's belching 4th elemental fury. In this case, crystalline shards.
Ouch. Roll your
Yep.
damage.
Four.
Okay. Yeah, she rolls down and like rolls in front of Trax, and he's like, and just like just jabs through her body, and she's just like, ah. And then,
Yeah, I just point my spear at her and I say, "Now, say you're sorry."
sorry, I didn't get to jump on you sooner.
Stab at her.
You just hear in the background from Area, "Aww."
What do you try to stab her?
Yeah, I just fucking stab her.
Oh, you know what? I didn't look at her. Okay. Did you have any? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Harm. Oh man, that was good. Dinner just arrived. Oh, Harm is so happy. Did you have any piercing from the attack with Traxnir or Area? Did you have piercing? 6 was the first damage on her.
Don't
minus
think
her
so.
armor, so
Yeah, I don't think so. My spear is reach, thrown, near. That's about it.
what's Traxnir's damage? That was 4, right? Okay.
It's the same damage as mine now.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I had the. Okay. There we go. Better. Done. Got it. I was like, I forgot about her armor. So she's not quite as broken as I thought she was, but she's still damaged. You can hack and slash or whatever your move is to stab her if you wish.
All right.
Area, you can also perform your thing if you wish.
That's an 8.
Hack and slash. Better go back. 7-9. You deal your damage. Enemy makes a move against you. Go ahead and roll your damage. And what is it that Area is doing meantime? What do we see as, like, Traxter hits her with crystals, she talks back, and then the spear goes right down into her chest.
I need to clarify something real quick. I gave the wrong level up skill. I think that one, the one I took, was from level 5.
Yeah, I thought you had something with the shout.
What I ended up doing is I upgraded my arcane art again, so that now I choose an ally, which is going to be Freyr and Tyroxnir, and there's 2 effects, but one of them doubles. So Area is basically going to be kind of playing a tune and singing a song to just everything that's happening, about how the monk has thrown down the villain, and the dragon dragon fighter has gotten rid of her, and the poor enemy is sad that she didn't get the drop on us sooner. So I rolled a 15, so that connects. So the effect that I'm going to double is going to be the health.
Well, and before you do, I wasn't going to do a move of damage back at you, Freya. So the damage you rolled against yourself, that doesn't happen. So you can still double the health if you want. I just want to make that clear before you declare that. All right, Dem? Because the enemy gets to make a move, and I already know what the move she's going to do. But you can still double the health anyway and declare that.
I'm going to do the health just because Freya took 5 points of damage, right?
I believe so, yes.
So with the 1d8, I'm going to play it safe. So she heals 12.
Boom.
And then the other one is I'm going to give Freya and Tyroxnir 1d4 forward to damage.
Nice.
So, and then as
he's
an
ally who got Area. Congratulations, ma'am. And just like, I'm sorry.
So as he's playing, the very standard tactics, you see out of his left shadow comes, you see the original green, but then what you also see is like another wave of a much more deeper green to signify the doubled effect, which obviously goes to Freya, and then a little bit also goes to Tyroxnir.
Yep.
And then again, black follows it, which also goes to Tyroxnir and Freya to symbolize the additional damage for their next attack.
Okay.
Power up.
Boost.
So when you stab her with a spear and you're getting juiced up like that and you start glowing, she's like, it's gonna take a lot more than that to kill me. I'll be back. And she like suddenly turns into shadow and melts into the floor and is gone.
I guess Freya and Tyroxnir are both kind of are shocked and stunned by this and start looking around the room and don't see her. And then they just look at each other. She's like, well, okay, where's the portal?
All right, so whatever you guys are doing, you're all getting attacked with a whole volley of Z's coming at you as this final thing. What do you do?
I'm using my staff to deflect the ones that are getting too close, and then I go for the Z thing that's floating on the pedestal.
All right. So you're not defending. You're going to go for the Z specifically.
Well, I guess I'm wondering, geographically, who's closest? Where am I in space relative to it?
I thought Area got it.
He didn't grab it yet, technically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no one's really mechanically much closer. So anyways, I'm going to basically call for Defy Danger in some way, shape, or form, depending on what you do. But the person that's going for the Z itself is going to be a little bit more in danger because that's what they're doing, where everyone else is trying to keep themselves from getting cut.
Yeah. I'll go for the Z.
Okay. So how does everybody avoid, narration-wise, getting damaged? Jessic's bow staffing, right? Ping, 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 right? Hand-eye coordination.
Right.
I will. I'm going to do two things kind of combined here. The first is I want to use my move ignition, or crystallize in this case. When I draw Dragon Wrath into my weapon gains the messy tag as long as I wield it. So I imagine it gets kind of like almost like rock candy. Just crystals kind of like form up and down the whole of it, with a big like sharp crystal at the top of it where the spear point would be, and then just kind of like use a combination of her shield, Tyroxeneer's tail, and her spear to try and deflect these from the party, really, as many people as she can.
I think you can jump on and do that automatically, which will give you your armor bonus and everything. And then,
Yeah.
Are you defending the rest of your group, maybe taking the brunt of it, or are you just like enduring your own self?
I'm definitely defending the rest of them.
Okay. So, you want to go ahead and roll defense now?
Sure. What stat would you think that would be?
That would be plus con, because you're standing
Okay.
in defense, so you're kind of enduring, which is like defy. That's what I was going to say. If you're for defy danger, I was going to say you're going to endure anyway. So
Okay.
It still works out to be the same roll.
Can I get any bonus from crystallizing my weapon?
But that's to be messy when you attack other things, right?
Correct. All right, I'll just roll it.
No, I don't think at this time. I guess.
Okay. 7.
7 to 9, hold 1. You can spend it 1 for 1. Redirect an attack from a thing you defend to yourself. Half the attack's effect or damage. Okay. Open up the attacker to give ally plus forward. Deal damage against attacker. So it's not really an attack. Well, kind of. There's an attacker, but not really in the sense of an enemy present, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's have everybody else defy danger in their own way. Thad's going to do it with his dex. I'm thinking the bard will be the same, but I don't want to assume. Area, how are you avoiding?
Yeah, he's just going to kind of try to like, matrix it around, basically.
Okay, go ahead. I guess both Area and Jessica can defy danger with dex.
Okay.
And then you can spend your hold if someone needs it. Wow, Area, much better than the backflip.
Wait, no, I do another backflip and a forward flip and a side flip.
That's fine. Narrating however you want.
Barry does a flip.
Well, he won't do a flip, but let's just kind of say he just like somersaults, or he just kind of rolls around, but he makes it look nice as opposed to like squirming around, like whoa.
Jessica,
I don't know why I made a Murloc sound.
You can totally avoid all danger and grab the Z, or you can, and then Kareen's gonna take a shot from these Z's, or you can defend her.
I'll spend my hold to redirect the attack to me.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say, because if he defended her and got a damage, then you could defend him, but you can also hold it too, if that's what, or you can spend it if you want to help him. You guys discuss.
Who are you talking about, Cheshik, or?
Both of you.
I'm just a little confused because I have the hold, and Green's
Okay.
under duress here, so I'm trying to prevent an attack from hitting her.
So Jessica can still grab it and avoid everything, and you defend her instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or unless Jeshik has a better roll than me or something like that.
So Jessica got an 8. I'll make it, but you have to come up with a.
That's what I was telling you, Jessica. I'm sorry. Like Kareen's gonna get hit with a disease, or you can take the shot for her and not get to the key. So you can get to the key and grab it. Mission accomplished. No damage, but she takes damage. Or you can defend her and take damage.
So I see some Z's coming at her, and I have to choose either defend her or
grab the key.
Get the key. Defend her, no question.
Okay.
And that's where I was going to say, like, if Freya wanted to then use the hold to defend you, that could also happen, or not.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and defend him. I'll just, like, right at the last second, I'll see that he's in trouble, like one of the Z's is headed towards him, and she'll just, like, extend her whole body and put her shield like at an odd angle. So it probably comes to hit her, but the shield helps to drive it away from him.
I think yeah, because Jessica like stops and like flips over and like gets in front of like Kareen and like is banking these away. But then there's like this one that comes from out of right field, and like this because you're on Taraxnir, right? He like just swings around like a sideways flight, and like just wraps himself in front of Jessica right as that one's coming in, and you're just like, bink, right? Roll a d8.
Okay.
Just a straight up d8 damage. That looks great. It's like helping the person who's helping, and you take nothing because there's no piercing.
Luckily, yeah.
And it shatters on your shield right as you go by. He's like, "That's how we do it," and yeah, that's it.
Does Kareen grab the thing?
I think that's fine.
Okay.
She grabs it and it becomes solid material, and it's like about the same size, like this big, and it's made of bronze. She's like, "This thing's heavy." And as soon as she does it, the wall in front of you opens up to be a door frame exactly like the one that you used to enter the game. It's like, actually, I might have a description. 1 second here. When you grab the bronze Z, a section of the wall behind it suddenly opens in a portal of bright white light. And when you step through, ...
I'm going.
Yeah, don't have to tell me twice. I'm out of this death trap.
So Kareen, I'll make a note at the moment, unless someone else wants to hold on to it, because she's an NPC, whatever. She has the Z unless someone else wants to have it. She'll be like, anybody?
I also pull. With probably both my hands, with like my shield hand and my spear. I like hook area onto the back of Tyroxnir.
Woo!
And go on through. Everybody goes through. Kareen has the bronze Z. All right. Can everybody defy danger with wisdom, please?
Okay. I have a -1 in this. Luckily, well, I guess that's still.
I think I have a hit on the door frame.
There you go. Okay. Who got 6 or less?
Nope.
That's you? All right. Kareen's going to have an automatic 7 to 9. I'm going to read this just descriptor of the next. Okay, so here's the thing. It messes. You suddenly get engulfed into the game, right? It goes from being a contest and knowing your objective to becoming a much more real scenario as we go into the next stage. So this is for Kareen and Freya, Taraxnir, and Arya. You're not quite sure if it's the contest or if it's real life. You become confused a little bit. All you know is that you have to seek the objective, the key, and then get out of there. Like, you might get caught up into something here coming up, but you still know in the back of your mind there's still something else that's not quite real with the world, right? Now, for Jessica, you're going to take a debility to wisdom, the checkbox. A little confused, and you think this next part is very real. You've forgotten about the contest. Everything, the audience, all that.
What do you mean? Okay. What do you mean? What do I think it is then?
Real life. This next part, and I'll read it to you in a minute. You'll have this. I'm going to give you the whole scenario.
Okay.
But it's like your life in the past has led you right up to this moment. No meeting Zorm. No.
So I don't know that I'm going to live. I don't know that this is a goal. I just know that we're here and this thing is fucking real.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Would this be considered an enchantment?
I would say probably yes.
Okay.
My cat. All right. I'm gonna. Jeez. Nope. I bow to the whims of my cat. Come on, cat. Jeez.
I can help you with that, Luke. Let me know.
No, thank you. All right.
Just feed it a bunch of gems. It'll be all right.
It'll be fine.
She would be. Catnip gems. That's what's going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to read just this next part, and then you guys can just freely discuss, and then I'll be right back after that. So you step through into, and you're engulfed in a white void of pure light, pure energy. The light grows brighter and more intense until you feel your soul begin to boil. The air crackles and fizzes around you. sounding of static amplified past 11. Just when you think you will break into a million shards of energized essence, reality instantly stills and is calm. The first sounds you hear are the chirping of a variety of birds all around you. They play on their brilliant song and they're busy socializing. The warmth of the summer sun breaks across your face and body, while the pleasant aroma of roses, hydrangea, and many other scented flora saturate your nostrils. The feeling of well-manicured grass touches your face and hands as you begin to realize that you must be laying down on a well-groomed lawn. As you awake, you find yourself among the outer green of a small and quaint village. The beautiful place sits in the foothills of a mountainous range and sparkles with a serene feeling as the noonday sun spreads its warmth down upon you. This village, maybe 25 or so houses and businesses, are founded on stone with wooden walls and clay-slated roofs. The pattern of the buildings have been laid in a large circular pattern that surround a village green shaped like a gigantic circle. As your eyes drift across and take in this full view of this quiet and peaceful place, you happen to notice a large wooden pole that stands directly in the green center. Like this. A pile of stacked wood has been put against the pole at an angle. The pile is several feet thick and tall. Upon this stack stands a young human woman. You then notice that her hands are bound behind her around the pole, and likewise her feet are secured to it as well. Your eyes drift back to her face, and you see a look of absolute fear and horror as a river of tears stream down her face. Her face twists into an anguished look as she suddenly opens her mouth. An ear-piercing shriek of pain and dread shoots through your brains like a poisoned dart. You snap alert and you see the rest. The village's populace, all of them human, are approaching this bound young lady from all sides. They carry pitchforks and lit torches. Some throw rotten vegetables and fruit at the defenseless girl. A man, looking like the elder, looking in charge, approaches. The crowd moves aside and allows him to approach. They're just like, he comes up. He stops and he looks up at the girl solemnly. And he says in a carrying voice, "Rama Barton, you have been found guilty of the witchcraft and the consorting with the demons. You have been sentenced to the mortal death by virtue of the cleansing fire of Damas. Your mortal body, corrupt, will die. But your soul will be purified and cleansed for the blessed eternity. Any last words before the cleansing?" Rama screams her innocence repeatedly, crying in terror. The townsfolk have stopped throwing things at her, but they are stoic and seem deadened to her cries. The man in charge nods to the people, and the ones with torches begin to approach the wooden pyre. What do you do? I'm going to let you guys sit and talk for a second.
Well, just like automatically, Freya's wanting to just rush in and help this woman.
Arya's going to want to talk to the guy.
Nishik wants to get a ride with Freya and Tyroxnir.
Oh.
If you can get me close enough, I'll cut her bonds.
As you wake up, Freya, and look, Tyroxnir is in his fairy dragon form, and he's like...
Well, surely there has to be a more peaceful way to settle this than burning her at the stake.
That's why I'd like to talk to this man.
Let's go down there.
Freya's already running.
Right behind you.
Yeah, she's just she like grabs Tyroxnir and like stuffs him into her bosom or something, and it's just like bolting down there.
Yeah, Arya will follow. So I take it then you guys are going to go towards her, and I'm going to go towards the crazed guy.
Yeah, if they're not one and the same. I don't know if we have to pass the leader in order to get up there. It'd be easier to get through the crowd that way, so that'd be convenient.
That's true. I mean, Freya just, like, as soon as she sees this, she's just bolting, because she's still, like, a goodly person. She still wants to do good in the world and protect those who are unable to protect themselves.
Do you
This seems
remember?
like good.
Do you remember what that lady's name was?
Something Barton.
Luke's back.
Rama
Luke,
Barton.
what's the name of this lady again?
Rama Barton.
Rama Burton.
Barton. Here you go. Sorry, I had to.
Wasn't she in the actual witch trials?
Witch trials? What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I heard most of it. So,
So it sounds like Freya, Tyraxnir, and Jeshik are going, and maybe our NPC is going to go towards the girl. I'm going to go talk to the crazed, quote unquote, crazed guy.
so they're all kind of grouped in the middle of the green together. So,
Yeah, I'm just like, as soon as I get that image, I'm like grabbing Tyroxnir, stuffing him into my bosom, and just bolting for the stake. And I'm just going to like,
interfere.
yeah, I'm just gonna like try to jump over people and just like thrust my spear into the base of this this pillar that she's attached to try and either break it so that it falls and she falls off of this this pyre, or at least so that I can try and sever her bonds. And if that doesn't work, then at least to be on top of it, kind of like with my shield and spear.
I would say you can at
menacing.
least you can definitely run and interfere, like get in between them and the people with the torches. That's not a problem.
Yeah. So Arya's going to say like, so hold on, let's slow down for a sec. If he goes to make any action, then let's charge in. But let's see if we can talk our way out of this without any violence, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm set for the time being with violence.
Maybe you guys are all running and talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people notice, you're like, the
How
judges
people-
of Adamus, let them through. They will judge correctly. The judges, what? Judges of Adamus. And you guys know that of course, you know that you're, well, Jessica, you know you're one for sure. The other guys,
Right.
The other ones, you're like, are we? I think we are, maybe. Damas.
I know I'm one of
Areas-
the judges of Damas.
Arya's running with it.
Jessica knows he is. He
Oh,
knows
so I know I am. Okay. Then
Yeah.
I will use my authority as a judge to tell them to put their torches down. This woman has not been judged properly.
Oh, but she has, says the man.
But not by our voice.
Okay, all right. So you guys kind of get up there and interfere. People back up, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the main guy, he's like, "Oh, okay. Yes, judges. Welcome to Greengard. Welcome. I am Mayor Redwald. Please, we will tell you everything."
All right. Hopefully we can take care of this in a calm demeanor. Why is Rama Burton set to be burned alive?
Okay, so people are like, "She's a witch. She was studying witchcraft. She had the book. Where did the book come from? It doesn't matter. She had the book."
Gentlemen, I have an easy way to figure this out. I have a way with words, and I have a way to see through people and see if they're telling the truth or not. Let me ask the woman a simple question, and let's see what she says. Is that fair?
As you look up at her, you see behind her one of the buildings, because the buildings are kind of all in a circular formation, right? You see there's this inn, and this inn is nice and big, and on the sign there's just a hat that's sitting there like this, and it says Zorm's Hat Inn, and on the sign that's, it waves back and forth in front of the door. On the sign, the Z in Zorm is glowing a silver color. Now this is several, like 30 paces past where you are. You just, as you look up to her, like, I'll ask her a simple question. You look up to her, you look just past her, and you see this sign flapping and the silver Z. And you're like,
So
it kind of darts back into your head real quick. So,
Okay.
as you were.
So he looks to Rama Burton, and what happens is his eyes flash purple because he's going to cast Charming and Open.
And what does that do again?
When you speak frankly with someone, you can ask the player a question from the list below. They must answer it truthfully. Then they may ask you a question from the list.
Okay. Where's the list? Okay, that's. Can you copy paste into the Twitch chat?
The Twitch or Roll20?
That's what I meant.
Yep.
Hey, Sawfang. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Saw dudes. Nice. Hello.
So, Rama Burton, who do you serve?
That's the one you're gonna ask her. Because you ask one for one, right? Straight up.
Yeah, it's 1 for 1. That's probably the most fitting one. Because I think, how can I get you to what? That doesn't make any sense. She probably wishes I would save her. She's probably feeling scared right now, and she most desires to get out of there. So whom do you serve as the most fitting one?
So who do you serve? And like, the mayor's like, well, of course, he tries to interfere. He's like, I will tell you, she was studying.
He turns back and is like, I'm not asking you.
He's like, okay, all right. She's like, her eyes glow purple and respond, and she looks up at you and stops crying. She's like, and then her eyes glow purple. She's like, I serve the town at Greengard, always, and have no desire against them. Or she has no harm, means no harm intention against them, is what I meant.
That's the city they're in right now?
Yeah, Greengard. Yep.
Okay. Looks back, says she is telling the truth.
And she's like, well, she gets to look at you, right? She gets to ask one of those questions, right?
She can. She may. If you choose not to, that's fine.
She goes, well, and this is referring to you guys being the judges of Damas. She's like, who do you serve? And if it's not truthful, then you better be ready to roll a lie here.
No, that's the thing is I can't lie. So, I mean, if we're judges, then we serve. Would Lady Justice be a right answer?
Truthful or honest? These are not the same kind of. These are not the same answer.
I have to answer it truthfully.
Truthfully, you're kind of hovering in between reality and game show here, or reality and this setting, whatever this is, wherever you are. Are you in a simulated world? You don't really know the terminology, right? But is this a projected world, an illusion around you? Is this really another place? You have no idea. But who do you really serve? Is the question.
So, if I'm kind of wavering back and forth, you have to ask. Then I need to know in what context. Am I thinking as a judge in this town, or am I thinking that realistically, who do I serve?
I still think realistically, because you're not fully convinced by this world.
Okay.
Or you can roll 50-50 to see where you are at that moment when she asked you.
No, I'll run with that. Who do I serve? I serve myself.
If that is true, says the mayor, he's like, Mayor Redwell, he's like, then why are you here interfering? We found the book, the Necronomicon, in her place. She had it open with scrolls of paper and ink and quill, and was copying spells and incantations. And people are like, boo, boo, burn her now. And they start to reapproach a little bit. They're angry, right?
Why are you deflecting from the fact that you almost burned an innocent woman? And he kind of looks to the crowd and he's like, she's telling the truth. And if he was willing to do that to someone who's innocent, how do you know he's not going to do something like that to you folks?
I want to ask the.
They're like, they stop and think. Go ahead, Jessica.
I want to ask the leader, bring us the book. Show us this evidence.
He goes, all right. Bring the book. I actually wasn't prepared for this. So would he have it? Nope. He goes, I have it right here. There he goes. And he picks up the sling, this dirty sack, and he's like, I do not wish to touch it. It is disgusting. But he sets it down, and he goes, he undoes the drawstrings, and then flips it over. And this black leather bound book looks like it's bound in flesh and inked in blood. You know, whether we want to think Lovecraft or we want to think Evil Dead, it's the same book, right?
Right.
And it flops and goes right on the ground like a stone and falls flat with an ugly, contorted like face on the front.
I think, I hate to cut in here, but I think Freya takes a look at the hat, remembering that it's the same hat that Endur wore.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You should be able to see it too. Yep.
And she like parts the crowd of people, just pushing them out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And she stands on the stack of wood with her crystallized spear and her shield and stuff. And she just kind of whispers down to Tyroxnir, I'm gonna need your help with this one, buddy. We don't have time for this. And she just like throws up her spear, and I want to use the move Voice of Fire. And the way I want to use it is that I want her eyes and like maybe like part of her face, kind of like the outside borders of her face to kind of like turn kind of scaly, almost like Tyroxnir's scales.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes to turn into like Tyroxnir's eyes, and her teeth to turn kind of sharp and crystalline, just for a few moments, while she lets out herself this big roar, trying to borrow his power for just a moment and impress upon these people to get what she wants. And,
I mean, it happens, right? Tyroxnir like digs into the back of your neck as a small fairy dragon, and his wings go across your shoulders, and like he just flattens himself upon you and presses his essence into you, and these things happen, and you roll plus charisma.
Yep. 10, yay.
10 plus chooses 2 NPCs present that you've impressed and a reaction. So you choose 2 people. Now we only have 2 main characters we've introduced, but there are others. But choose 2 people, and the reaction listed here.
Okay.
People have been stopped by Aria's words, have been thinking with what Jessica said, and then suddenly you stand up on the pyre and do that.
Yeah.
Now they're all dead quiet. Their torch is lower, their pitchfork's lower, the fruit has stopped being thrown.
Yeah, and I say, this woman did no wrong. There's nothing that she could have done to destroy the sanctity of this community. Whatever is happening, it must stop at once. So speaks Freya, the Dragon Knight.
Okay. So
Aria will chime in, going back to this. It's like, your beef is with this man, not the woman.
So basically, Aria, you're projecting the fact that I use this magic or this power, and I know how to judge correctly, right? Because, I mean, who are they to take your word for it, aside from the fact that you're a judge, right? So, but they back you up, stand by your side, or support your cause. Who are the 2 people that you pick?
I'm going to say not this guy, because Arya is kind of like turning him into, I guess, sort of like an antagonist for the situation, but probably a couple of people, 1 man, 1 woman.
If you want to use the guy, go ahead.
I think it would be better to direct their attention onto him rather than having him be like, oh, you know what? My mind was suddenly changed by this amazing dragon person.
Fair enough.
So the man and the woman step forward. They both have torches, and they drop them on the ground. Well, one has a pitchfork, one has a torch. And it's like... okay. The mayor's like... He goes, we have proof. He goes, Breton. And he talks to the man, right? He's like, Breton, don't lower your torch so. you were the one that caught her with the book. He's like, well, no. I went in there and found it because you told me that it was in there. But I didn't actually catch her with the book. It was already in her quarters. And he's like...
So you're saying the mayor knew where this book was at and sent you in?
Well, yeah, he said he already caught her. And the lady's like, the Clarita is her name. And she's long dark hair and looks like she's an herbalist. And she goes, yeah, we never actually caught her. She wasn't in the room. I was sent to fetch her. Yeah, wait a minute. I don't know
Is
if
it
that's
possible
right.
he planted it there?
And the mayor's like, what? The plant? No, it's obviously her. Look at, she's young, she's a woman, she's way innocent. Too pretty. She's obviously consorting with demons, the demons.
I think you might be the one consorting with demons.
I have a better explanation. When was the last time you saw this woman? The last time you consorted with her? And she just looks, this guy, this mayor, like right in the eyes very firmly. She probably still has like little specks of crystal just kind of like flowing through her eyes.
I think you need to, at this point, defy danger with your charm, with your charisma.
Okay. I wish I had a hold. Holy shit, never mind.
Nice.
He's like, help, they're turning it against me. And he means to yell loudly, but he just can't get the voice out. He's like, I did consort with her. I caught her.
Yeah, Freya,
Mayor.
Freya just kind of continues, and she's like, that's right, the people have spoken. They see through your lies.
I did plant it. Rama's like, so Rama suddenly speaks up because she's emboldened. She's like, it's correct. I did take the book. And they're like, and she goes, but, and she's like trying to point. She goes, I found it in Mayor Redwald's library. I took it back to my room. I was going to expose him, and he sick the people on me. And people are like,
to the group and is like, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
There's
He
no
was trying
proof.
to save himself.
there's no proof it was in my library.
Ari kind of starts to back away, kind of like going towards the lady who's found, because he's anticipating mob mentality soon. He's going to just kind of step away a bit. While at the same time kind of antagonizing it.
Does anybody try to get the ultimate truth out of this guy or her?
I'm going to go free the woman.
Freya's up there, but you can jump up and free. He's like,
Oh,
no,
Freya's up there. I'll leave it.
there's no proof. Nothing has been proven. She had the book, obviously.
Mayor, we'll forward this along. I'm going to use Charming and Open again.
Okay. No.
Eyes flash.
No.
Whom do you serve?
No. I serve the book and the demons. And he's like, what is he? He's like, what are you really feeling around? What do you most desire? He goes, what do you most desire? And he shakes out. He's like, no, he tricked me. He's a witch. He's a witch.
Right now, I desire to see you get what you deserve at the hands of this beautiful crowd that's going to give you what's coming towards you. Coming towards you, coming to you.
And they are suddenly on your side. And Clarita and Breton are like, yeah, he is the one. And as you're cutting her down, they're like, burn him at the book. And unless you guys stop it, they grab him. He's like, no. And he starts chanting, but they throw his arms down and gag his mouth. And they're going to tie him to the pyre immediately.
No, I'm going to interfere.
Freya has Clarita and the other guy cut him down, or cut the woman down, and she leads. She goes down with the woman who is tied up, and kind of like whatever happens after this, she just stands by Arya and says, "Thank you for your help."
Okay, let me go over to Jessica here, who's walking the path of peace.
Yeah. There's only one enemy here. The enemy is the book. I ask someone for a dagger, and I pin the book to the post, and then we burn it.
Oh. Is there any kind of path of peace move you have to make people be non-violent to other people?
I don't think so.
How's your charisma?
It's worth a shot.
Does anybody want to assist Jessic in his motion if they like his idea?
I want to hinder.
All right.
How we get past this?
I have 1 bond, so is that 2d6 plus 1?
Yes.
All right. So what's that mean? So you get 1 minus to my score?
Maybe describe how you're interfering or why you're interfering.
Okay, first it'd be a -2 or a +1, so you probably pick -2. And 7 to 9, you also expose yourself to danger, retribution, or cost.
Okay.
So yeah, how you interfere, and then Thad will take a -2 to his charisma roll.
So Area's way of interfering is saying, don't give credit to someone who was about to murder someone else. Don't give sympathy to someone who was about to kill a murdered person. The book didn't do that. That was him. That was not a book.
No, he's getting tied up. He's like, no, it was the book. The book is controlling me. It's the book. Jessic, roll your defy danger plus charisma, or plus charisma.
8.
So that makes it a 6.
6. Yeah.
Why does it go down to a 6?
You're hindered by 2.
I thought it was just 1.
No, on 7, but you get retribution. So, Era, you put yourself in danger. You still hindered him on your 7 to 9 when you rolled it, and still gave him the -2 to his roll, which made him a 6.
You hinder more than you can help.
But you expose yourself to the danger too. So, the mayor gets his mouth free. And he goes, "Help! Shadow Ranger, help me! I call upon you in my time of need." And the people still strap him and the book to the pole unless you guys are interfering. And suddenly, the figure that we saw in the last obstacle scene comes flying out over a roof, and comes out. Actually, no, I'm sorry. She would appear out of the shadows. Let me just take a look at her moves again, if I can. She's flying. Actually, she flies out of the shadows of this building and shoots at her instantly. Just fires her arrows at Area and Jessic.
I'm not anticipating that though.
You can see her coming. He calls her. She comes out of the shadows, raises up in the air. You can all see her. And people are like, "Demon, see? Demon consorting!" Which he probably screws himself by calling on this Shadow Ranger who's flying. And she just pulls out this bow and just goes with 2 arrows and shoots them both, one going straight at both of you. What do you guys do?
I defend with Dex. I just lean sideways, let it pass.
Okay. Why don't you guys both defy danger with dexterity if that's what you're doing? Jessic?
Yep.
The arrow hits you or it hits the mayor tied to the pole? Area? The arrow hits you or it hits Rama, who's standing right next to you?
How much damage is this arrow going to do?
Hey, you know what? You have a move that when you study people's fighting styles, you know the damage they cause. You
I
roll
do.
1d10 plus 2 twice and take the higher result. And it's plus 2 piercing through armor. So it has a damage of 3 to 12 with 2 piercing.
All right, I'll take the arrow.
All right, roll 1d10 plus 2 twice.
What? What did I do?
You just got to type /R. Or, yeah.
No, I just rolled a 7 for some unknowable reason. Sorry, I'm very slow at the rolly thing.
You're fine. You can always, once you roll the first time, you can on the up arrow. Oh, crap. So, yeah, you take a nasty arrow right through the chest.
Yeah.
It's shadow and it burns your soul. Like, you've never felt anything like this before. You're like, holy crap, that's smoking hot.
Nice.
Area?
All right.
You were the mayor.
What's that?
You were the mayor.
No, that's not my choice. Because you know what I'll choose. It was the lady.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
apologize. Yes.
Since I heard how much damage it's going to do, it'd be unfair because I would obviously probably not choose myself. So I'm going to leave it up to leave it a chance. One is me, two is the girl. So it's going to go to me.
All right, roll the same thing.
So
also, remember, Kareen is also a healer as well.
So 1d10 plus 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then roll 1d.
That's the one. And you can do it twice, but... Damn, she shoots 2 phenomenal arrows, one in each of your chests. And it stuns you a step. But like the people, so he's on the pyre. The book is pinned there. You haven't stopped them from wanting to burn both him and the book. You can interfere further. Arya and Freya and Taraxnir and Kareen are all aware of the swinging sign on Zorm's hat inn, but Jessica is not. And this lady is flying like 30 feet up in the air, just flinging arrows down on you.
How much damage did I end up taking?
12.
12. Okay.
It has 2 piercing, so it depends on your armor. But if you have 3 armor, you would reduce it by 1. But if you have 2 or less armor, you take the full damage.
So I have... Okay. So.
I look at Tyroxnir and I say, still nothing, buddy?
Not here.
Then in that case, I'm going to line up a shot and just throw my fucking spear at her.
Oh, man.
How tall is this pole that the woman's tied to?
Like 20 feet.
I'm going to climb it.
And then what?
And then jump off of the spear and then attack her. I don't know.
Okay, so you can... what are you going to do for... You're just going to go and attack her? Are you hack and slashing, or are you...
Yeah, I'm going to hack and slash. I'm going to try to knock her down again.
I think you can definitely go right to hack and slash and volley for Freya.
Okay.
11.
7 on mine.
Nice.
So can you do damage, Jessica, and then throw her down?
Yep.
Why don't you roll that, and then 7 to 9 for a volley, right? So you have 3 choices there, Freya.
Yeah.
You have 1 spear, don't you, or do you have more?
I only have the 1.
So if you chose that option, you reduce ammo, you would lose it.
Yeah. I'll take the you have to move to get the shot, placing you in danger of the GM's choice.
Okay.
Whoa, what?
I think you just rolled 18 straight up.
I don't think he rolled 18. It just did 18.
No, I rolled 18, so I rolled my damage.
Yeah, can you hit your
Is your damage listed as just 18?
No, it's listed as 8.
Do you need to specify D8?
Well, I mean, like I clicked the damage die on my character sheet.
Right, and I'm saying so in the field next to it, does it just say 8 or D8?
It just says 8.
You should try D8.
Okay.
That's how mine's set up.
4. That sounds better.
Wow.
I kind of liked 18. I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, I would have been like, I don't even think the fighter rolled 18 on damage too often.
I punch straight through into the other dimension and pull her soul out. All right, so I do 4 damage, and then I want to knock her to the ground.
Roll your damage as well, Freya.
Okay. 6.
Okay, so you hit her and knock her to the ground again. She goes flying. She takes a spear on the way down. And let me note, is the damage total? Hits her a little bit more. And she hits the ground. And one of her moves is, break grapple automatically. So she gets speared, and you go up and you punch her, and she goes to the ground. But as she hits the ground, she melts into the ground again, and is gone. But you definitely hurt her. And suddenly you hear the mayor go, "Wah!" The fire is catching around his legs. Kareen's like, "We've got to go." Like Jessica goes up, hits and lands, right? She goes, we need to get out of here. I think we did the right thing, but is it time?
Jeshik, my spear.
I fetched the spear for him.
What do you guys do?
I agree with Kareem. Time to go, guys.
Yeah,
Where are we going? Our duty is not finished.
What?
we still have a game yet to finish.
What game? We have to see this execution through. I oppose it morally, but I don't know. Something justified.
You're the monk, man. You got to justify it.
Do not worry. We'll try and find a way back here when we can. But we have to go for now.
As they're debating this, I want Area to take out his mandolin and
You're low. Is debating this what? You go?
yes, I will go, but at the same time, I'm going to want to try to heal myself.
Okay. Kareen can also heal if you call upon her to do it.
I'm thinking maybe she can heal Jeshik.
Kareen's like, so Kareen grabs, she's like, hey, come with me. Let's go over to the inn. While this is starting up, we can come back. We're not going to stop it. It's their choice, right? He goes, they're burning the book as well. The mayor's, we can stop it if you want, but let me at least heal you first. It'll take a minute or two.
The world will be cleaner without them. It's out of my hands.
You did the best you could, but ultimately it's their choice. Of course, they don't have a mayor anymore, but, maybe we can come back here and you can be mayor. I don't know. Let me heal you inside the inn. As a matter of fact, let me heal you right outside the inn.
I appreciate the outside of the inn. That'll be better.
She heals you for 8. Straight up.
Freya is running over towards the hat building and trying to she's trying to use the spear like a pole vault and trying to vault her way up the building to where she can grab this key.
Okay, so you grab the key or have Traxner do it?
If Taroxnir is able to transform back, then yeah.
You can just he can still fly. He can go up there and grab it.
That's true. If it seems like it's small enough for him to grab, then yeah, I'll jump up on the spear and then have him fly from my bosom and then have him grab it with his teeth and bring it down.
He grabs it. Yeah, he gets out of the sign and grabs onto the Z, which is part of the labeling, and it comes off in his hands, and he's like, ah, heavy, 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 and you can tink.
Yeah, I run over to grab him
and as soon as
take it out.
it becomes solid, and as soon as that, the inn door just turns from a regular door into a glowing archway of pure white light. It's like.
I believe our exit is here, boys.
Green's like, Jessica, come on, let's go.
I follow them. I'm not a complicated man.
Remember, think only about the contest. You especially. And she looks over to Jeshik.
What contest?
Just keep the word contest in your mind. Don't you remember Zoram? Top hat guy? Real weird.
The innkeeper?
Yeah, just keep him in mind.
All right.
Perfect. So, you guys go in, if nothing else, right? And you see Zoram. It's a bright white light and it engulfs you. And suddenly we cut to commercials like, hi everybody, I'm Zoram. There's all kinds of games out there, but if you're dissatisfied with your existing TTRPGs, make sure to check out patreon.com/synthesize. It's a narratively driven D6 system that is independent of setting and theme. You can support its development again at patreon.com/synthesize. It helped me, well, not me, but help him give the world a whole new way to play. And just goes on. It shows all the Sean stuff, right? Patreon just flashes all these numbers and stats, and people are like, yeah. And then
An entire world is just kind of created in like a wireframe, and then everything's, as this is all going on, it's like a planet with all these different types of areas. Like one area is like sci-fi, one area is like medieval, one area is like primordial.
Whoa, I'm all over the place. Nice.
Yeah.
Hi-yo.
And then it flashes to another commercial, and because I forgot to do it between the last one, like, hey, Zormigan, just wanted to let you know about 2017, the comic. Just like the year itself, it's real and absurd, and totally not in this dimension, but you want to check it out at 2017thecomic.com. Wait, is that fact check? Is that .com? Is that .com? That's weird. I know for your head nod. Okay, it's like 2017.
Okay, I didn't know if that was an honest question or not.
Yep, he's asking whoever. We're breaking all realities. And then here we go. I gotta switch. I'm gonna switch the screen finally here.
Yeah, just to let you know, Arya did cast arcane art on himself, and it succeeded. So double healing to himself, so he's back up to 15.
Okay.
And he's going to take 1d4 plus towards
Himself, towards damage. And I think Freya actually still has that too, right?
Oh, that's right, I do.
Yeah,
Oh,
for her
you
next
did
attack.
you want to add that to your previous attack against her, or do you want to save it?
I'll save it.
Okay.
We'll make it more dynamic.
Okay. Yep, I'll try to remember, but okay, so you approach the gleaming white portal that sits where Zorm's hat in. The door should be. You enter and here we go. You're engulfed in a white void of pure light, pure energy. You expect the same effect as last time, but no. You snap awake instantly. Screams of alarm ring through your ears. Smoke and blood and rain are heavy taste in your throat. Thunder blasts your eardrums, temporarily drowning out the cries of battle and anguish. Lightning follows in the instant. White forks of wicked energy burning images in your eyes as they blindly streak too close to your ship. Rain pours down upon you as you fight to defend the Crimson Phoenix against its invaders. The ship is in mid-flight, closing in on the Black Tree Mountains, the small quaint village of Greenguard somewhere below. You fly in the middle of the downpouring storm and near blinding rain and enemies to all sides. The Ekek have found you, EK. They, a mismatched amalgam of various birds with humanoid shapes, plunge out of dark grayish gloom and storm and attack the crew and the structural integrity of the Crimson. Some fold their wings and dive bomb crew, pinning them to the deck to rend their flesh with sharp beaks and razor talons, while others simply snatch and toss your people overboard to fall thousands of feet to their dooms. Others with chains attempt to destroy the mecha of your engines and other integral parts of the Phoenix in order to drop it from its flight. And that's where you are. I have a couple questions for you. Who are you're carrying a bunch of passengers below in your ship. That's your cargo. It's a bunch of people. Who are they? As a question for the group. I'm gonna let you guys out of character decide this. Freya, Taraxaner's back to his normal size. Are you both on the deck, or are you flying on its back off to the side fighting?
I imagine if he's back to his normal size, then we're like probably beside each other, like him right in front of me, as if he just burst forth, and then I like look at him and I say, "What is all this now?"
Oh, yes, I still have more rules for you guys. I don't think Zorm is there. Let's put you there. Probably on battle. These guys are there. Let's just do that. Okay. So before I make you do the defy danger with wisdom again, who is the passenger carrying? Refugees, maybe? Prisoners? People you saved from Greenguard?
What about the ones between?
Some of the ones in between? The ones between?
Yeah, our people.
Yeah. Perfect. Everybody defy danger with wisdom again.
Okay. Cool.
Oh my gosh. Oh god.
I mean, I got really lucky last time because I got a -1 in this.
So
Yeah.
nothing further happens to Jessic, but the other two take your ability to wisdom. Check the box. Everybody thinks this is very, very real. Kareen is the only one that is like kind of with it, right?
All right.
So you're carrying some of the ones in between.
But we see Zorm's helpers here.
Yes, Zorm is not, but you have both Kala and Sir Friedrich on. They are part of your crew. They are fighting for their life, and also attacking and defending the other crew and people. All right.
Okay. Who's this other guy that we see with us here? Because I don't think we've seen him before.
Who's that?
Looks like a top-down token.
This one?
Yeah, him.
That's Jessic.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he should have his name there.
I don't see the names for any of these.
Really?
This area. I'm the only one that's labeled.
Really?
I don't see Aria's name. I don't see anyone's name.
Do you see your name?
No.
Huh, I put them all on there.
I don't see any names.
I just see mine.
That's weird.
Hmm.
I have
Oh, well.
all on there. I had it this whole time. That's weird. All right. And you know, I think I forgot one little thing, like where the Z is in this. That's very, very important. So let's see. They have, how many dudes do I have here? Sorry, I just knew there was one last thing I had.
For everyone's own character, if they click on the gear after they click on their icon, I think you can specify your name.
You have the little gear icon? Yes.
Yep.
Okay, we'll just go with it. Kareen's like, so Aria, you're at the wheel. You're at the helm. You're driving this thing. All right? And thunder, lightning, rain's pouring down. There's blood all over. These weird bird creatures, like humanoid with bird faces. Like you have cardinals and hawks and blue jays and eagles and vultures. Like a mix of small birds, songbirds, you know, bigger bullion birds like grackles and blue jays and cardinals, all the way up to like vultures, eagles, hawks, like all different birds of prey. You know, you have one that has a dodo head, whatever. These guys are just a weird amalgam, like I said, of different bird creatures. And they are attacking. And they're just coming about, like they're grabbing people, throwing them off, they're dive bombing them. You guys are all, you're just kind of in the middle of a battle, and it's very real. You're trying to get over the mountains that are, the mountain range that is ahead of you. The, what I call them, the black something mountains. The black tree mountains, which are ahead. And you're not high enough in altitude. They're attacking the ship's integrity. They're attacking your crew, which are driving the ship. But you're on the Crimson Phoenix. You have been for some time. You've had this boat for a long time. You can't really remember where, but you've been doing your thing. And you're carrying passengers. That was your job this time around. Just like what you've always wanted to do. So here you are. You guys are being attacked. And these bird people seem organized. They're very organized. Actually, I probably should go and grab them and put them on the map as well. So let me do that. Let me relayer and boom. And then I gotta go back to objects and tokens. I didn't find a really good picture. So are you in tracks and you're flying? Or are you on the boat? Freya?
We were on the boat because we didn't know exactly what was going on. We were just kind of taking a look around.
All right.
But if he's just normal size and we're under attack, I'm definitely getting him on him.
Yeah, you're already on. We'll say you're already on his back.
Okay.
That's absolutely fine. Got these. I'm just kind of randomly placing tokens here. And there you go. What do you guys do?
Well, if Arya thinks this is real life, then he figures he's in a battle. He's going to break out his mandolin and start trying to confuse some of these birds.
Green's like, because you're at the helm, so you're driving the ship.
I am? I thought someone else was.
No, you are.
Oh.
So there's like the steering wheel of the ship, and there's like a panel of buttons on the side, like all these glowy buttons, and a couple levers and everything. Which, I mean, you see there's a series of engines that come out. Let's say the wings come off to the side. There's like an engine on each wing, maybe 2 engines, and then a rear engine too. So there's like 5 engines on the ship. But it also has sails, massive sails, to help control its direction in the wind. Kind of like the picture that's on there. And you're on the stern castle in the back, up on the top, and these things are just attacking with their spears. Actually, I think.
So then the first thing Ariel will say then is, "Kareem, take the wheel."
She's like, "Aye, sir." She goes, "Have you seen? Can you see?" So I'm just gonna switch it. She goes, "Look for the Z, right? There's got to be a gold Z around here somewhere."
Don't know what you're talking about. We're just getting the birds right now.
Oh snap! NPC's gonna have to save the day. And yeah,
That's the perfect way to end this story.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're muted. Thanks, that or
You're muted, Thad.
or low.
All right. So taking a look around, what does it take to make the ship go up, and what can I do to facilitate that?
Do you want to discern realities?
Okay.
From my experience with airships, you usually push down on the controller.
Spout. Oh, let's see. Come in. You might actually be able to spout lower here.
Is that intelligence?
Yes.
Great. Let's try that
When you
instead.
consult the accumulated knowledge about something.
Okay.
That makes more sense right now.
Not really helping.
I'll tell you this. At this point, and a lot of people have disappeared, but the ship's been damaged enough that it needs to lose weight in order to make it.
What's heavy and sitting on the deck?
People? No.
But
you're not quite sure yet, but
right.
I do have a tough choice coming up for you guys, but we're going to get to it in a minute. So Kareem's going, and Sir Friedrich's like, he's got flame coming off his sword. He's like holy paladin. You know, there's no gods, right? He still has whatever gives him his power and ability. He's just like, down you evil things, I smite you. And then Calla the barbarian's got like these 2 battle axes and a huge one on her back, but she's just like, I love it. And she like grabs one and just tears its throat out with her teeth, and she's just like, it's just like slashing the crap out of foes. So they're like polar opposites as they fight, but they are part of your crew. And then you look up in the very front, like the like the very front of the ship, right? And you see this old man on there, just like grabbing on, and like he's like, "Wee! I've always wanted to ride in this ship." And he's like on the front, paying no attention to the rest of the battle. He looks familiar, but you can't quite place him right now. Anyway, back to the important stuff.
All right. Freya is going to strike out at the guy to the right, while Tyroxnir like slinks his long neck and just takes a chomp out of the guy to the left there.
All right. Do you have any kind of special battle move, or are you hack and slashing, do you think?
I think it would be a hack and slash for me, and then a How to Train Your Dragon strike with Fang and Claw for him.
All right. Why don't you do your hack and slash first, and then the other one?
Okay. That's an 11.
That's very nice.
All right. I'm going to save my D4 because I see someone familiar here.
Yes, the Dark Shadow Ranger is on the very front of the ship. She's just like hovering above it with her arms crossed, just watching her minions work, and like she's moving with the ship. Like it's not like she's just, it's almost like she's standing there, but you know she's not.
Yeah. So 3 damage from the spear.
Okay, let me find their stats here. Okay.
And then for Tyroxnir, 10.
Nice.
And 6 damage for that.
Okay, so you got them both. Describe what it looks like as this teamwork commences. Here comes the team.
Yeah, are they using weapons or just like their physical attributes?
Claws and beak.
Okay. Then they're like trying to flap around, not really touching the airship, and just kind of like trying to uh, bite and get at different angles. And she just like bashes it with her shield and goes in for a strike, and it's just like right under their arm, their wing, and just kind of like glances into that, and then Tyrok Sneer is kind of doing the same thing, trying to dodge and weave, and then sticks out his long neck and just chonk right into the middle of one of these things.
Mute there. The train's gone. Nice. And they is gone. There's still more, of course. They're like all over, right? But the ones you got are dead. Friedrich's taking his on. Kala as well. Jessic, area.
Am I getting attacked, or is it just menacing?
I think it would be attacking you.
Okay.
It's menacingly attacking you.
All right. So you said that there are some creatures trying to foul the engines.
Yes, actually, you look over. So let's say like a jet engine or like an airplane. There's 2 engines on each wing, and then there's the rear engine. The engine engine 4, the one to the far right, is already smoking, right? And then you see that on the left side they're attacking both engines there. The other one on the right side is not currently being attacked.
Okay.
So we'll say this thing's menacing. Like if you don't want to fight it because you wanted to go out in the wings, which aren't really.
Yeah, I was gonna deflect its attacks and try to go and unfoul the engines.
Okay. Yep, and there's not really wings represented here, but obviously it's make believe, so we can pretend.
Right.
So what do you do? What's your move? Are you doing some more wing fu?
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to use my staff to vault up onto this bird. How big is this bird?
They're humanoid shaped. They're the same size as you guys.
Great. So there's enough thrust to lift at least a person and a half. So I will jump off of his back and use that as an aerial platform. And what's going on the wings? Like, how are they pairing?
There are 2 each on both engines to the left. They're just like, they're at it and they're like ripping at it with their claws and pecking and trying to like pull the wires out and everything.
Okay. Then I will just use that as a high platform to jump from, and then land and try to body check one of the birds that's bothering the engine.
Okay. What are you wire fooing? I said wing.
Yep.
I said wing foo, but kind of is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Kind of fits here. Birds that have the wings. You're going out to the wing of the ship.
Barely live.
So you have to choose one then, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
You get one key you can always spend.
I can't spend that. Let's see. Spend key. Expose yourself to danger. Unintentional collateral damage. Strain yourself. I'll spend 1 key to make this work.
Okay.
Okay.
So you definitely. That was to come down and body check a bird.
Yeah.
I think you can go ahead and roll your. I think you hit, so you can roll damage.
Okay. 4.
What's it look like when you destroy this thing?
Do what?
Well, I mean, you do enough damage to kill it.
Oh, that was not my intent.
Oh, what is your intent? Just to
body check him off. I'm not trying to crush the bird. Just to knock him off the engine.
So that's right. That's right. Because you're not trying to kill anything.
No.
So you're not trying to actually roll damage. So.
So I can roll, and then it says monkey moves. When you get inside a foe's reach, no matter the size, take 1. It's not that one. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have just a? Well, you can defy danger, dexterity, guys, just to check them.
That's fine.
And
yeah.
do damage. So why don't you do that?
Okay. Cool. 11.
I think that's great. I think you land and actually land on one, which banks it into the other, and then the one flies. It flies off, and then the other one follows it.
Right. Cool.
Okay. What are you doing, Area?
So what I'd like to do 2 things. I would like to discern realities and then do my attack.
What are you trying to discern? What are you looking at the environment?
It's a tie between.
It's what?
Because I want to scope.
You're low.
Initially taking.
Hold on.
1 second.
This is when you closely study a person or a situation.
Right. So my logic is I've looked around. I'm kind of looking to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So the question would be, I think I'm leaning towards like who's really in control here, because if I look around, I no doubt see this shadowy figure, right?
Okay.
The question is amidst all the chaos, do I actually see him?
Roll plus wisdom then.
So still,
You're trying to study. Okay.
And then after that, I'd like to make an attack.
I think you're studying the situation, really, right? To see what's going on. Not over a person, then you'll see if she's a part of the situation.
Well, yeah, it's more like I'm looking. There's flying birds everywhere. As I scour everything, do I see the shadow creature kind of stand out above everything else?
Yeah. Okay.
So that I can kind of question, like, is she maybe the main threat?
All right.
So, all right. So screw that. So we'll just say I just see a bunch of birds all over the place.
Yep.
So I will cast on. I'm gonna ping it. This one right here. I'm going to cast it goes to 11. So I'm going to unleash a crazed performance, pick a target who can hear me, and roll charisma.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
But I know you're doing goes to 11, right?
Yes. Aria's going to attempt to unleash a crazed performance, choose a target who can hear me, and roll charisma. So
all right. So I want to come back to your 5 real quick. You can go ahead and do that next, right? So you look around, you see birds everywhere, and you see everybody fighting, and you do see the shadowy figure rise up, and what she does is she shoots an arrow straight near your direction, and Kareen's like, we've got to get out of this. We've got to figure it out. I'm losing altitude, and then she shrieks, and suddenly the arrow strikes the control panel. And it explodes a little bit, and some of the buttons fizzle out in their color. She's like, "Oh!" She's like, "Great! I just lost control of the right engines." And that's when you do see the shadowy figure, but the ship is just taking a major hit.
Okay.
Who's your target, and what was you did 11, so you're successful.
So the target's this guy, and at an 11, the target attacks the nearest ally in range. So I'm going to guess it's probably this fella right here.
Oh, you targeted this one right here?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Closest one. So Aria unleashes, he's, amidst all the chaos, he's playing like really loud. He locks eyes with this creature, and the animation that comes from his shoulder is a deep red that just kind of shoots out and like just kind of swarms the bird. Birds kind of gets tangled, gets confused, getting kind of whirlwinded around.
Its eyes glow red. Its head glows red, like it's obsessed, and then it zooms past between you two and attacks its friend who's trying to get Kareen, right?
Yep.
All right. And it does, and it's like, what are you doing? Ah! And they're fighting and rolling around, and otherwise, pretty much distracted here. So let's move these guys away for a second. Maybe they come in around here.
Just a reminder to everyone: if you fail any of your rolls, mark experience.
You're still really low. I can hardly hear you.
Just a reminder: if anyone fails, to mark experience.
Oh yes, it's true. Still a good idea for when we come back for season 3. These characters, it's gonna be important.
Season 3? Oh, it's this.
This
okay,
is season 2. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So at this point, you're doing that. Some of the controls are out. One of the engines is out. And Sir Friedrich and Kala, who just taking care of some business, right? The birds are thinning out for a second. They both come up to you, and Friedrich's like, "Captain!" He's like, "Captain!" Wait, and they look at each other like, "No, I'll say no." And they're arguing for a second, right? And they look at you, and Kala's like, let me make sure I get this right. She goes, "We do not have enough altitude and enough power to get over the Black Tree Mountains. We've got to make a choice, and you got to make it real quick." She goes, we got, she points to a lever. She goes, you got the dump hatch on the bottom of the ship. If you're willing to dump the people out the bottom, it's going to lighten the load enough and we can get over the mountains and save the ship. And then Friedrich's like, no, Kala, no. He goes, who cares about the ship? I know it's a priceless antique, but we can't dump the people. He goes, we can crash before the mountains and crash land. It'll probably destroy the ship, but we can probably save everybody on board. And Kareen's like, Captain?
Am I party to this conversation, or am I out on the wing?
You're out on the wing.
Okay.
Freya, I mean, it's really hard to hear because it's like lightning flashing and leaving streaks and like purplish haze in your visions. Rain's pouring down, extremely slippery. I wish we had more time to do this scene longer, but we got to kind of keep pushing through. And the Shadow Ranger is floating herself closer, and this old man's out in the front, still on the prow, just being like, "Ho, ride the lightning! My favorite album by Metallica! Woo!" And he's spinning his hat around.
What's below us?
It is
Is it just water?
yeah. It's like a really thick jungle. Lot of shrubbery, a lot of stuff. And Kareen's like, "No, the Z. We need to keep a lookout for the key, the Z key."
What are you talking about?
You don't remember? What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? We're talking about a Z. We got birds. I worked too hard to get this ship, and now I got to make this tough choice. You're talking about a Z.
While this choice is being made, Freya and Tyroxnir are still fucking duking it out.
Oh yeah. You got birds closing in on you, but you got the Shadow Ranger there too. No one's engaged with you though, so.
I'm going to.
Yeah, let them think about it. We'll come back to him in just a minute. My voice.
I'm going to like grab my hands and just like press them on the sides of Tyroxnir's belly, and just like rub up and down, and just be like, "All right, buddy, gonna need a big one out of you." And I'm gonna use How to Train Your Dragon's belch forth elemental fury,
Okay.
and just try to have him spit out crystal shards in like a short circle to try and take these guys out if I can.
Oh, all right. You still got full link, right?
I do.
He's like, I'm getting hungry, but all right, I'll do it for you and for us. And I don't even know why we're here, but anyways. And he inhales.
Ooh. So, on a 10 plus move is done, no problem. On a 7 to 9, the move happens, but there's either a consequence or limitation, or reduce your link by 1.
Which one is this? How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah.
7 9 move happens. Yeah, I'm gonna say link.
Okay.
But the move happens, you can roll damage against all 5 of these birds.
Okay.
Ek. That.
Yeah.
Them.
Ikex.
They were actually a foe from the Dungeon World manual that I used. I actually used a foe from the manual.
That's 7.
Oh snap! That's way over what they need. So, what's the link? What do we lose here a little bit as far as this to make this happen? Like, what brings the link down?
I think what happens is like I like rub his belly up and down, trying to coax more out of him. He's like, still real hungry, but. And just a bunch of shards fire out, and he just like turns his head and turns his body in a circle, and maybe like flaps a little, and almost like a heavy blaster in Star Wars or something. Just a bunch of shards just come out, and right as it finishes and these guys drop, there's like a big crystal lozenge that appears in his mouth, and he just like, and he tries to keep it back down, and he's like, there's a little too much there, a little too much. Why you gotta push me like this?
Yeah. He's exhausted and maybe a little hangry right now.
Yeah.
A little loss of blood sugar. He's just like, oh, I don't want to do that again right away. Please.
Sorry, buddy. It's necessary.
No, it was very good. They're all dead. I love it. We are the best. Simply,
Yes.
we are... I mean, you're the best. I'm the best. Together, we are the best. I can't say best too many times.
Aren't we? We're just awesome.
Awesome
Alright.
is better than best. It's the best of best.
It's the bestest of best.
Best is...
We're just locked in this complimentary loop here.
All right. And the Shadow Ranger starts firing arrows at probably various people again. Let me jump back to Jessic, and then I want to come back to Area for his decision, and then we can move on here.
So I'm out on the wing. I'm obviously going to crawl back onto the ship. All the birdies are dead now.
There's still 2 on the final engine out there.
Out on the engine I'm on?
No, the one that's further out to the left. There was 2 on each of the 2 left engines.
Yeah, I mean, but I started on the same wing.
Same way, yes.
I'm going to go knock them off.
I just need to defy danger dexterity from you. Don't roll a 6. Oh, I called it.
Hold on.
But you have key points too, which probably come into play.
9.
Defy danger, dexterity 9.
Yep.
All right. You can successfully take them off, and you might go off with them. Or,
Well,
well, do you have something to throw in? Let me not.
Well, I've got wire foo. I guess defy danger.
No, the fire foo is fine if you have.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll choose. So I've got 7 to 9. Choose 1,
Okay.
and I'm going to say that I expose myself. I'll go with collateral damage, or change to the environment.
Perfect. I'm so glad you chose that one.
Figured you'd like that.
No, I think you just. I almost think you do like the Johnny Cage shadow move where you like zoom across like the wing, like.
Yeah, we tilt to one side, compensating. I like slide down the wing at them.
Yep. And then you just like, and you just hit one, and the feathers fly over. And it's like, rah, and it flies off, and then like one swings at you, and you're like duking it out, and you come down hard with a heel slam, and you accidentally hit the engine itself, and it goes.
And restart it, and it runs.
No, it's already running. And
Damn.
And now it's running less efficient. It doesn't crap out, but it does crap a little.
Are you sure? I think it should run better than it did before.
I mean, that's not what collateral damage means.
Are you sure?
It's not a Ford.
I'm pretty. But and then when you heel down, it just smoke comes up. It like hits the bird in the face, and then you like your fist comes through the smoke and punches it right in the beak, and it run. It flies away, whatever, right?
Right.
The fall might kill them, but you technically didn't. So,
Yeah, they're birds. They'll be fine.
so the Korean's like, oh crap, we just lost like 50% of engine 1. Engine 4 is out. My control panel is deteriorating right now. Captain.
Can I see the engines? Are they in plain sight?
Can you see what?
Are the engines in plain sight?
Yes.
Can I utilize Bardic lore on the Crimson Phoenix?
Oh, it is a special thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, what is it you're trying to ask or do?
I want to look at the engines and see if they are in any way repairable in this situation.
Yes, they're repairable, but not in time to get over the mountains. Like here's the mountains, and it's either you're gonna land before them or you're gonna go over them.
Okay. Then if that's the case, my decision, and I hate to do this, it has to rely on, I'm going to have it rely on the roll.
Oh, really? You're gonna let fate decide?
So, and here's the logic. I'm chaotic by nature, so on one hand, I want to save the ship because I've worked very hard to get it, and it's very beneficial to me. But since Thad just had to say that the ones between were the ones that we were carrying around, I have to assume that I have probably traveled with these people long enough to establish a bond with them so that I don't necessarily want to kill their people.
I gotta ask with that. Mm-hmm. You failed the initial roll. You are in this world. Do you realize that you were trying to acquire the Crimson Phoenix still?
No.
For Area right now, to him, it's like it's not about that. It's just
You have acquired it
he has
already.
the ship.
You guys.
He has the ship, and he just has to make this tough call at this point.
Yep.
He doesn't have any idea that regardless of what the decision makes,
But do you value the ship for the ship, or do you value the ship because you wanted it? Like how?
both.
I guess I'm wondering, are you the captain of the Crimson Phoenix, and this is your ship, and you want to protect it over your cargo, or is this ship have some intrinsic value to you that you don't want to let it go?
It would be, I mean, if he is the captain, it's his ship.
What I'm saying is, like, it's not a prize. Do you view it? Does Area currently view it as a prize or value to have?
It's a value to have for him because it makes his life easier. Because in the end, I mean, he's chaotic in nature, so he's really just he values himself.
No.
Yeah.
It's fair if
But
Dad's asking good questions. Just to, I mean, this is a conversation. It's okay to ask.
Yeah, I mean, like we're inhabiting a different world at the moment, so I'm just trying to.
Right.
Or an
And so the
alternate
twist-
reality.
Because but on the flip side, if the ones between are the cargo, then Area has clearly been traveling with you guys long enough that maybe he has a bond with you guys, and pulling the lever is going to essentially betray you guys.
Are you seeing this as we are in the future? You've acquired the ship, and we're now transporting them. I thought this is just magically we're in a different world where you happen to be the captain of a ship, and they happen to be ones between.
There's no
Area
history.
Area has no idea about that though. So it's, why did Thad have to say that was the cargo? For just regular Joe Schmoes, it would have been so much easier.
I mean, is it? They're still lives. I mean, it's lives.
Area is dedicated to a small group of people. He's not dedicated to people in general. So should I just make the roll to keep it going, or should I wait in case Thad has more questions?
No. I think it's time to make the roll. Just tell me what the roll is going to be, like what equals what, and then make it.
1 pulls the lever, 2 sacrifices the ship. The ship is sacrificed.
Oh. I want to hear. I want to know what Area thinks, like how in character he decides the ship, not just because you made a dice roll, but how in character he decides to go with saving the people over the ship.
So recap for me role play the scenario for me again, just so I'm just fresh.
The engines are failing. You're going to defeat the foes. You're going to drive off the Shadow Ranger, right? But the cargo is too heavy now with the engines being damaged at this point. You can't just slow down. You can crash land it in the jungle, possibly repair it later, but you're going to save people's lives. But you're going to lose your timing. You might lose a lot of money repairing it. You might still lose the ship. You don't know. Or you drop the cargo, which is like 30 people, and it suddenly makes the ship light enough that you can aft it up over the mountains and save yourself, your immediate crew on top, your people, and not your cargo, though. Your cargo, which is the ones in between. So, because here's this wall, so you can crash before it and save everybody, or dump all these people to their death and then to have just enough loft to get over.
So Area just kind of like, Area's just like, don't pull the lever, keep steering, keep this up as far as you can, for as long as you can.
Grit teeth.
These people, if this ship is irreparable, these. He just kind of mumbles, and he walks off, and he's going to head towards the shadow creature.
Okay.
Or the shadowy creature.
All right. So you hear Kala like, fool! And she turns away. Sir Friedrich's like, he just does that paladin nod of respect, like. And as you go down,
Area's just like, cut the crap and take care of the guy.
Kareen like embraces. She's like, I love you so much, and she plants a big fat one right on your lips.
Area pushes her away, like, not now.
As you come down the steps, Sir Friedrich's there in front of you, and out of his pocket he pulls out the gold Z, and he's like, and he hands it to you.
He takes it. Is this what you were talking about? Some Z?
Yep. And as you grab it and it becomes solid, and you say that, the whole world becomes white for you guys, and you need help out at your farm. Do you need an Amish mechanic? Call graduate veterinarian Thaddeus Ex Machina for all of your horse diving needs and other things that can help you out. Find him on Discord at Thaddeus Ex Machina on Lucas G Variety's Discord website. Rates varying per visit. I didn't have anything better. Sorry.
That's great. That's fantastic. Thank you. That's going to help my career immensely. I like the.
It's a good callback to the old episodes.
It's good. It's good.
And I think we're just going to have the world go white, and I'm going to move you to your final scene. I was wondering how that was going to go. I like how you role played it, even though you went off like, let the dice decide.
That was tough. I'm not entirely sure how Jeshik was going to work with that if you dumped the people, because I didn't kill him, but you killed a bunch of people, and at my core, that's not okay. Hilarious. Can we take like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Is
gotta
that
make
okay
a
with
call.
everybody? Can we do that and then come back for the last bit? All right, we'll do a short break. I'll stop the recording and we'll come back for the final like 20 minutes of this, and we'll finish up Dungeon World of Vagabonds. All right.
Beautiful.
Let me transition.